皆さん、こんにちは。デイリーパギーズは、タックマンパーラーグ、タックマンパーラーグ、タックマンパーラーグ、タックマンパーラーグ、タックマンパーラーグ、タックマンパーラーグ、タックマンパーラーグ、タックマンパーラーグ。
Hello, Mr. Fob.
Here we go to the
ふむふむ。
There is only two conclusions to be made about Fob here. 1. He is either genuinely stupid to, or he is actively trying to make Genshin look bad to disarm any criticism about gacha games that isn't his own. My money is on the first option. I think Phobe is G.
Hello? Hello, mate. How's everybody doing? Hello? What's up, King Rad? Hello? What's up, Minty Mellow? What's up, Just Caught? What's up, Major B24? Game underscore Gray Brave. What's up, Devil of Our Heart? What's up, Evolumi? What's up, Kenny? What's up, Angelina? Kashima? Hello, Twiggy, Immense Bro, and a guy, Jing7. You're British, you can't show game boobs anymore. What? What's up, Cracklift? Hello? Can you tell him to not park here? What? That's a cute deer. What's up, it's Exotic Hark Work? Hello? Give me a second. Okay. Foot update. You know what's crazy? My foot actually feels pretty fine today. My foot actually feels pretty gay. Pretty good. I was reading someone else's message while I started saying good. Okay. Yeah, my foot's feeling pretty weird. I don't know what's happening. It's taking its own it's got a mind of its own, man. It's out of control. Congrats to the foot. Genshin 5.8 is today? Well, yeah, I don't know. As far as I know, we had like 1.5 pull request, so I don't even know. And then, like, I'm not really interested in Nefa, so... Genshin 5.8 or more Umamusume? Why is that so damn loud? Ow. Yeah, I don't know, man. Up on ZZZ TFT? Oh, God. This guy is not coming back to Genshin until Nefer. No, it's just... Nefa is like the most boring looking character, bro. At least for me. Just, kind of whatever. Glad your feet are feeling better. I'm actually a foot doctor, so if you can send me a picture so I can evaluate them better. No, get away from me. Yeah, I don't know. That cortisone shot completely got rid of the, inflammation. That's kind of OP, bro. Drugs are OP. Okay, like, I mean medicines. Medicine is OP, man. Like, holy. Fucking just obliterated the inflammation completely after 24 hours. Damn. Did they say why it was inflamed to begin with? My bones are too close together. Give me luck on your C6R5 best girl in Nefa. Good luck. It sure is a shame you quit Genshin ZZ and Star Rail. Those horse girls sure are something. I didn't quit Genshin ZZ and Star Rail, motherfucker. Alright. And to be fair, Umamusume is better than all of them. It is what it is, okay? What can I say? Umamusume on top, baby. Better at putting us to sleep. Oh, fuck you. Oh, has the connection server shit been fixed yet? I fucking stopped playing last night because it pissed me the fuck off. No? Oh, no. It got worse. Alright, never mind. Umamusume, worst game. Their dog shit servers are making me hate the game. You girls wanted to Mecha Mommy kill the corrosion Klukai meta, now she is useless. Isn't that just
Nikkei
PvP,
top
buddy?
1
Who the
gotcha
fuck
yet.
gives a shit about PvP? Nikkei top 1 gacha. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Are you still playing Girls for Online 2? Not really, no. I haven't logged in a bit. Bro, there's a huge rerolling problem in PC for Uma. Well, I don't know, man. It shit's ticking me off. Makes pulling for, or makes spark farming like takes so long. God damn. Let me see here. Hello. Damn, my hair looking extra cappy today. Cause I just washed it. Gotta just give it a little bit of a shake. Alright. Give it a little volume. What is this? The fuck? Hello?
How? Dude! No way this guy is this good, man. There's just no way, bro. Is this guy fucking... Oof. Dude.
Okay, but what are Lucari's horses?
That is just not possible, bro. Dude, this guy is murdering me!
He parfaited too. You know what's crazy? I get more points on losses than Lucari does on wins. Like, on losses, I still get, like, sometimes 107 to 110k even sometimes. Lucari gets, like, 89k on wins. That's sad.
Well, we all know how you can change that.
5 or 6 normal skills. In the coin.
What's Lucari's horses' stats?
I like the second.
Are his horses shit?
This guy right now.
Oh my god. How is Lucari a whale with B+ horses? What are we doing? Yeah, I love how his name, Lucari's name is Black, and the person he's going against is Kuro. It's Black in 2 different languages.
Sick and tired of it. Race. Matter of fact,
Let's see.
Fuck this guy. Goodbye, Kurin is. Take a look at this.
1200, 448, 1109, 714. That's not bad. What are his skills?
It's free to play scum. Dude, take a look at how good my Kurin is. Look at this free to play scum.
Oh, his
Look at
boxing
him.
rushed.
Look at the free to play scum. Look at him. He doesn't even have an outfit. Keep an eye on Kurin, chat. Keep an eye on Kurin.
Preferred position, ramp up.
Preferred position, motherfucker.
Professors of curvatures go in. Where's Curran's professor of curvature? Where's his Curran's professor of curvature?
Cute! That's level 5, by the way.
No tail held high. No professor of curvature.
Oh, this is gonna be close, actually.
There's Speed Star.
Star, motherfucker.
Beeline Burst is dog
Wait,
shit
there's no
skill.
way this guy is this cracked, by the way. No way, dude.
King Halo loses half the
There's
fucking
no
sprint races
way.
because she's 5 million miles behind. Oh my god.
Is this guy
He just has
fucking-
better skills. What was that?
Is this
I
guy
get to see.
fucking...
Front runner straightaways, unrestrained, professor of curvature, homestretch haste. Good skills.
This
Just-
guy's free to play.
What's the skills on his air groove? Professor of curvature. Fighter's decent. Laser savvy. Straightaway excel.
Black. Like 5...
Ah,
like,
the Lucari just sucks. It is what it is, you know?
really wants me to play it, so I'll play it for him. Are you telling the truth? I'm telling the truth. Dude, listen, I'm done scamming chat. I'm done. League was so traumatizing today. I like don't know what to do. Like I can't. Those are the worst games I've ever played, man. It was so awful. It was so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't even want to think about it. I'm gonna be miserable for fucking 3 days.
Oh, does not scamming chat extend to me?
I would never scam you, DJ. I love you, man.
Oh wow, he's actually not playing League right now. That's surprising.
I would never scam you, DJ. I love you, man.
Okay, Uma PvP is a champions meet? Yeah, we already know.
I'm playing the Japanese version of umamusume. To learn English, I made this video. In this issue, we discuss skills. Those who have trained Ogre before, it would have been
So my issue is with champions meet for global is that everybody's metagaming right now. Everybody's metagaming and reading into JP's CM order and prepping preemptively for every single fucking CM, right? Like the next CM coming out, which is like, it's cringe. Because the whole point, I think, in Japan was,
So Mr. Jason Chandler, you and Lakari have been reacting to each other a lot recently. Is there something that you're not telling us?
We're gonna fuck your mom together. So like in Japan, when champions meets get announced, right? It was like a rush. Because everybody's like, oh shit, we gotta get these ready, these horses ready for this champions meet. And then when it happens, it's like, oh fuck. Oh, I didn't get enough horses ready. You know what global is now? It's like, okay, we know every champions meet that's gonna happen for the next 4 years. Let's just pre-prep every horse. It's like, I don't know. That kind of takes away the urgency or like the competitiveness of the whole point of champions meet. So, I mean, I don't know. It's like, would you consider, let's say you have 2 candidates, right, coming from 2 different countries, for this job, and one country, basically they give no prep time, right, for tests, and give like the exam topic like a week before the exam. Meanwhile, the other country has had 4 years to fucking prep for that exam. Which do you think is like more skilled? You know, I do think the one with less prep time is more skill, but like, don't get me wrong, I get why people like it. It's because it's hella free-to-play friendly. Free-to-plays can sit here, like, for the next, like, month or whatever, prepping CMs. But, like, part of me is, like, it would be real funny if side games just switched up the orders of CMs. It would be real funny. I would love that. All these sweaty losers. Because you know what everybody prepping for CMs are right now?
Would you have pulled Kitas and MLB if JP players hadn't told you it'd be meta for the next 2 years considering?
Yeah, probably. I have the new Wit card MLB too, donkey. You guys are acting like I haven't just MLB'd almost every card. Yeah, I didn't pull the Ogre card, but that's because I didn't fucking want to spend that much money into Uma at that point.
I play Uma for fun, not to be meta. We are not the same.
Yeah, but so here's the thing, right? It would be really funny if JP just switched up the CM order, right? Because, like, right now, what I see everybody prepping for CM as is it reminds me of people who are prepping Beidou to work with Raiden based off of fucking leaks. It's essentially like that. But, like, we don't have any confirmation that the CMs are going to be the same from Japan, right? We don't. It's not 100%. It's like 90% because it's like, why would they change the order? It doesn't make sense for them to. But I would it would make me laugh so hard if they did change it. You know? It would be so funny, but they won't, you know? It's like, not, like I said, it's 90% likely that they will just keep CMs the same, which is like, man. Whatever. I don't know. I think grinding for CMs just sounds very boring. I'd rather grind for Sparks right now. But, like, maybe once I get my Sparks, maybe I'll then work on CM horses. But, like, I don't really care at this point. If I could train virtual horse girls, why not invest money into a real horse? True. Kind of like how you said you regretted not getting Sweep Tosho Fob. I mean, sure, but, like, I got it anyways. What is this? Jesus Christ, bro. She does not fit on that couch. Oh my god, look at those arms. Holy, she could bear hug you. What is this? Okay. Go roll her? She's on she's on CN.
うまぴょいってうわーごめんなさいこのお歌癖になっちゃっててうまうまうみゃうにゃ321ファイ
That's pretty cute. This reminds me of this here. Hang on. This reminds me of this thing that I bookmarked. Bro, look at this. So I didn't know the stage on the club was them actually dancing umamusume. But apparently it is. So if you actually line up the song with the dance, it actually is 1-to-1. They do the whole thing. They do the whole dance. Well, I expected they were doing like a little bit of it. I didn't think they did the whole dance. Like, they do the individual parts, too, between the different horses. It's kind of adorable. Bro, look at Suzuka's little hands. She's such a cutie.
Now if Girls Frontline 2 was a real game, she would have armpit hair. True?
Stop fucking ruining the song, dumb fuck. Yo, Suzuka's chibi so cute. Oh. Yeah, listen. I do obviously still think Blue Archive is like probably the best chibi quality, but Umas are so fucking adorable. Umas are pretty fucking cute. All the little faces they do. Wait, do they even do the little hands? Oh, they kind of try to do the like 3, 2, 1 with their little chibi hands, but they don't have enough opposable fingers. It's kind of adorable. Damn. Nice. Check Lakar playing League. Nobody cares about League of Legends. So true. What is this? $1,000 that General McRacist ends up fucking up the Fire Navi princess lady. I have not been keeping up with Avatar. Is Zod still? Wait, is the actor for General McRacist Zod? I don't remember if it was. Is it Zod? Zod, Superman. General Zod, the actor. No, it wasn't him. It was someone else, actually. Hold up. Avatar, Way of Water. Yeah, okay. Stephen Lang. Bro, plays such a good bad guy, by the way. I fucking love him as a bad guy. He just has that look like he'd fucking... If he was your dad, he'd beat you as a kid. Like, I don't know why. He just looks like that motherfucker who, like, is just that fucking, like, Asian tiger dad. I don't know. He's a Chad? Yeah, he looks fucking... He looks like a badass. But... Was he the guy from Don't Breathe? I think so, yes, actually. Yeah, he was. Bro, right? Like, doesn't he just look like a fucking menace? Like, bro just looks evil without even trying. It's just fucking insane. But yeah. That's crazy. He's still alive in Avatar after all these movies? Damn. Can he go back to human form? I don't really like this Avatar version of him. Next Genshin recast. Seems Sucrose ENVA has been recast. I don't want to leave anything unsaid, so for all the Sucrose fans who have loved my work, been following me from release, supported me, and continue to support my new endeavors, thank you. What happened? Thank you for the kind, thoughtful fans willing to engage earnestly and intelligently on Twitter? Yeah, clueless. Thank you to the fans who have reached out previously or are reaching out now. I'm fine. I'm happy that part of the fandom, that part of this whole journey. That's what I'll carry with me. It's been a fun ride onto the next adventure. Well, why were they recast? I don't get it. Why is this guy saying, thank gosh she's gone? Okay, also, it's crazy he says, thank gosh. Like, bro's in Catholic school, and he thinks the nuns are about to yell at him if he uses God's name in vain. Shit talking fans and Hoyo during the Natlan skin color stuff? Oh, really? Reminder that this VA used they, them pronouns because I can feel the transphobia of blatant, deliberate misgendering, and it's nasty. Oh, okay. They're saying people who are replying to this are being transphobic. Kind of upset about all of this. The VA just seems misguided. I think it comes from a place of them wanting to defend their friends, but they haven't realized their friends are the ones doing something shitty. She was already an asshole even before the strike. She's been toxic since before the strike, and she hasn't learned her lesson, nor does she... She also participated in bullying over the Kenichi's new VA. This guy's saying she quit Hoyo during the whole Natlan boycott thing. I can tell there's good intent in their actions, but they've been doing the wrong thing. I hope they can self-reflect after this whole incident, because deep down... Yeah, I don't know. This is like, this kind of reminds me, this whole discourse between like public figures having, saying things, maybe their personal opinions on maybe, you know, shaky topics, right? Like this whole discourse about that type of stuff reminds me of the whole Cadril and the EWC thing, right? Because, like, the league scene is still so split on whether Cadril taking the bag from Saudi Arabia to co-stream EWC was morally just or not. Which is, like... It's a whole... It's, like, it's kind of like that, you know? Where, like, a lot of people feel like people in positions of power or positions of, like, influence should use their platform to... like voice political opposition or political problems, but I don't know. I think maybe I'm not big enough to understand that concept that Cadril might be going through, because I'm not at Cadril's level. I'm like a fucking fly compared to Cadril, but I'm like the kind of person that just feels like I don't really want to talk about any political or any type of personal like opinions I have on any topic like that on my platform, and I just want to fucking play video games. So it's like, which is understandable, right? I don't even think that's being offensive, right? Because I think at the end of the day, and I'm gonna echo a little bit what Cadril said, but like I understand why people are mad at Cadril, because Cadril's at another level, right? He's at the top. So like that's why I think the expectations are different. But my whole thing is, yeah, some people just like watching streams and escaping from the fucking dog shit that is real life, right? And if you're like, man, I've had such a shit day at work. My boss is talking about this shit. My mom's talking about whatever's happening with the tariffs. The government's fucking me in the ass. Let me hop on stream. And the streamer's like, guys, what did Trump just do? Like, it's like, oh God, more of this shit. Like, it's like, you know, I feel like at a certain extent, you want to get away from that nonsense. Right? And that's kind of what I've always liked about streaming, because it helps me not fucking deal with all the nonsense that is happening in real life. And sure, you could say it's like being like a fucking ostrich putting my fucking head under the ground, but like sometimes doing that is kind of comforting, man. Alright? kind of nice here once in a while. On top of that, also, like, but like at the same time, I understand why some people want to use their platform to do what they think is good. But I think a lot of the VAs just did it really poorly. Especially with the whole Kenichi VA thing and the SAG-AFTRA thing, they just like did it so badly. It was like I would put it akin to like, you guys know the is it in the UK or is it just in Europe? I think it's in the UK. You guys remember that whole like movement that was against like I don't remember what they were exactly against, but they throw like fucking tomato sauce or tomato soup on art museums and stuff like that, right? It's like that. It's like you might have a good cause, but you're going about it the worst fucking way that like nobody wants to support you. And I feel like the VAs were kind of like that, where they might have something there that might have been good, but it's like you're doing it in a way that nobody makes nobody want to support you, you know? So it was Just Stop Oil, and yeah, it's British. Oh, okay. Just Stop Oil has to be an inside job. I don't know, man. I watched like all the stuff that was happening with that movement, and everything they did pissed me the fuck off. Like to the point where I would be like, you know what? I'm about to switch back to a gas vehicle. Which is like, okay, now obviously not, but like, bro, I would, because the things those people were doing are so fucking evil. Because like everything they were doing was obstructing day-to-day normal people. Like, I can bet your ass no corporate CEO got hurt by what they were doing. Throwing tomato soup on the art, blocking fucking traffic on a major highway for hours, stopping people from getting to work. I wonder who's really getting hurt, the billionaires or the day-to-day average
Vaz
Joes?
are being shat on for
Like,
posting
holy
a
fuck,
gif
man.
with the lesbian flag. People who shit on Vaz will never ever be happy, angst.
I don't even actually know about the whole flag thing with, I think you're talking about the Yuzo thing. I actually don't know the context of that, so, and I didn't even bother looking into it because I really don't care. So I don't really know anything about that. Cars 2 was an inside job plot. What is that even? I never watched Cars. You know, I've never actually watched any Cars movie, like, at all. Not a single one.
Can you help me to stop Lakari? He's been playing when only in League for 5 years with a coach and still hasn't improved and scamming his viewers. Sure for hitting master lives rent-free in his head. Which make him keep playing League. What's your take?
I don't really care. Oh! Oh yeah, but what if they just made AK-15 to let you do your dailies faster? God, she's so fucking hot. She's such a badass bitch. Oh, this is V6? Ah, okay, never mind. This is V6. And he says you need to get V3 for the 10 targets and 300%. You can still do it at V3. Yeah, just get V3 forehead. Get this pizza. What is, wait. This kind of looks funny. What, I would actually. Wait, when are they starting this, chat? I'm gonna be in China next week. Or no. Wow, wait. It is actually in a week. Holy shit, I'm gonna be in China in a week. I actually never thought I'd say those words. Damn. You know what the funniest thing about having a Chinese mother who doesn't like China and always proclaims that she's Taiwanese? The moment I told her I'm going to China, she said, "Be careful there." That's the first thing she said. Oh, the funniest shit. She just instantly did not trust the CCP in China at all. Is she wrong? Oh, man. Be careful. How about watching Uma during your flight? Honestly, not a bad idea. I could. Cinderella Grey is a movie, right? I'm down to maybe watch Cinderella Grey on the plane. It's a 16-hour flight. It's a show? I'm still down, I think. Oh, wait, no. So here's a thing I do, chat, specifically to avoid, jet lag, is I fix my watch on boarding the plane to China time, or wherever I'm going. And then midway through, I check my watch, and if it's basically when I should be going to bed, I go to bed based on what that country is, day-night is. And then so when I wake up naturally, I'll already be one cycle into the process of acclimating. That's why I never have jet lag, legitimately. So depending on how that falls with what time my flight is, let me check. Oh, man. Okay, I might have a lot of umamusume to watch. Basically, my flight is a smack dab in, like, what would be daytime in China. So I would just need to, like, burn, like, a good 12 hours or something to watch shit. So how long is, like, the whole Cinderella Grey? Maybe I could still watch the whole series. If the CCP aren't arresting you, the ice will shut up. Start with season 1? 5 hours? Oh, shit, bro. I can finish Cinderella Grey. Okay. It's fully on YouTube, right? Five hours and 8 minutes. This is the whole thing? Yo, I'm about to download this on my phone and just watch it on my phone. Or I could use my iPad. Yeah, I think that's the play. Hell yeah. Does this have English subs? Yeah, okay, nice. Oh, baby. This is fucking Tazuna. Alright, she's been around since ancient Egyptian times. She's a weird, like, god, okay? Real. Don't trust Tazuna, boys. Cute Alice. What is this? Oh, bro, I can't wait till Alice comes out. God damn. Not every horse can have a... What is this? Born into darkness, these mining horses lived and died without ever seeing sunlight or breathing fresh air. They pulled heavy carts, worked hard every day, and always found their way back to the stables through the tunnels.
Your horse skills natural distance.
Well, you hate to see it. Korone's first umapyoi. Wait, Korone has never played
In 2021, hundreds of people in Taiwan legally changed their name to Salmon just to get free sushi, but some of them ended up stuck with it for life. The sushi chain Sushiro launched a promotion offering all-you-can-eat sushi to anyone whose legal name contained the characters for salmon, and it included up to 5 friends. After a few people shared their name change receipts online, the story went viral, and crowds of young people rushed to government offices to rename themselves Salmon King, Dancing Salmon, and even Explosive Good-Looking Salmon. Many planned to change it back after the promo ended, but what they didn't realize was that Taiwanese law only allows 3 name changes total. Some had already used up their limit and suddenly found out they were legally stuck with salmon for the rest of their lives. The government called it a misuse of resources, but by then it was too late. Dozens of citizens were permanently renamed in the name of free sushi. In 2021, hundreds of people in Taiwan legally changed their name to Salmon just to get free sushi, but some of them ended up stuck with it for life. The sushi chain Sushiro launched a promotion offering all-you-can-eat sushi to anyone whose legal...
Okay, nice. What is this?
Okay, go. You have to press Q, press Q, press Q, ascend to the heavens, press Q.
What the fuck is this game? Co-op kaiju horror cooking. The fuck kind of game is he playing? Jesus Christ. Nice. This reacting section keeps getting funnier and funny. About the post earlier. What? You already sent me this. What? What is this? Any rice shower runs today? No, I don't like rice shower. Okay, you didn't watch this yesterday?
Saあ、スターターが今ゆっくりとスタート台に向かって歩いていきます。場内のこの高まるボルテージに乗せてアグネス・タキオンの走りは、そして対抗のジャングルポケットは、その他の挑戦者たちの息吹は。
G1! Oh my god, it's the music!
「速くなければ戦えない、強くなければ超えられない、そしてこの大歓声に応えなければ勝つ資格はない。ヒーローの条件を満たす馬は果たして。伝説の始まりを一瞬たりとも見逃すな第61回皐月賞、ゲートが開きました。さあそして
皐月賞
ジャングルポケット、ちょっ
Who
と
the
スター
fuck
ト
is
に
Jungle
違反があり
Pocket?
ました。
What a goofy ass name.
正面スタンド前を通過していきます各馬ですが、シュアハピネスが上がっていきます。さあそして
Sure
9番の
Happiness
リーゼントがいきます。青い帽子アグネス・タキオンは
Agnes Tachyon
のところでレースを進めていようというところ。
Come on, Tachyon!
ジャングルポケット1コーナーのカーブへと入っていきました。4番のシュアハピネス
So the blue hat is Agnes
そして
Tachyon.
18番のシャワーパーティーが行っています。
Shower
内側に
party?
ヤビリージェント、外につけまし
We
た
need
のは
to
スキャンボーイ
investigate
で
that
す。
guy. Weird ass
その
name.
後ろ少し離れる前を見る格好で
That's Tachyon right
川
there.
崎宏とアグネス・タキオン、断然人気がここで
Oh my
進んでいます。
god.
そして内の方を通りましてビ
She
ッグ
just
ゴールドが
she
行
just
ってい
popped
る。
U equals MA
17番は
squared.
ミレ
I
ニア
just
ム
saw
サイ
it.
ド、その後ろには関東のいう新興カリド、その後
Oh. I'm out of mouse space. Holy fuck. I'm literally at the edge of my mouse on the edge of my desk. What the fuck? I was literally playing at the bottom of my fucking desk, man. +1 PP? That's all I got? +1? Bitch! Holy shit, I shit on my last score though. This is from like 8 months ago. Damn, get destroyed, old Bob. You fucking suck. Oh, fuck. Up the sense? I'm not used to higher sense. Damn, Genshin's still on maintenance, huh? Yomi Yori? Yo, watch. I got this. You think I can't?
+1 blue. This gamer needs to retire now. Olj.
Close, close. Alright. Yeah, close, close, close. Real. Real. Hey, Mobius Galaxy with a 42. 13 with a 47. Jaden Renault with the 17. And non-existent Will with a 21. What is this? have it. I have a C on this? Damn.
Jackass.
Why are they so slow? I drop it because it's like, I feel like it should be faster, but it's so slow. Bro, that feels so slow, it makes me feel wrong. I don't know why. How you miss it? Bro, I'm terrible at songs that are slower. I don't know why. Fuck the song. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get carpal tunnel if I play that song right now. There's no way I only have 170 combo on this. Drop that! Those goddamn. I never fucking see the approach circles on those. Fucking punk reaction. God damn it, bro. Fucking. I got 2 PP. Oh shit, I did better. Even though I got a lower combo. I guess I had better, 2 better combos. Is it up? It's still not up, you liars. fingers are fucking. Okay, I don't know how good the quality on this shit is, but hopefully it's not that bad. I just uploaded both of them. Bro, the feet? Fucking Twitter quality is so butt cheeks. Ooh! Okay. That's kind of crazy. Alright, maybe I should cut that part out. Bro! Hang on, I gotta get a, you know what I gotta do, chat. We gotta get a shot here. The fucking football thing is, she's so Ishtar. She's insanely Ishtar coded. It's fucking insane. Holy moly. I'm trying to get a good shot on the football thing. Fuck, I can't get a good, like, what's the best still here? I guess her holding a ball is kind of nice as well. I'm just gonna fucking
666，原友平时游戏里吃的这么好，也不跟大家分享一下。
Pipe down, Billy. What the hell? What's Billy doing? Oh man, the Billy 1080p quality is so butt cheek sometimes. Let's try to get a feet shot here. Listen, honestly, Yuno does look like a Brant type of character. You're not wrong. But I'm kind of down for that. Because after playing Lupa Brant, it's not that bad. Feet? Is this a good feet shot? Oh my lord. Wait, why does the quality look a little butt cheeks? Let me try to get a better one. What'd I get? Let me see. I kind of like mine more. Kind of like my shot more. Fuck. Ah, I got a bad shot. A fucking stupid exit full screen shit was there. Ah! I think I missed it. Bro, can the fucking exit full screen escape button disappear? Ah, shit. Mine's blurry. Another? Ooh, wait, this one's not bad. This one's not bad. I hope she is a hyper carry, but even if she is not, I think it could be possible she might be more of a Brant type of character, a hybrid, do it all. I'm not gonna say all that. Whatever. I'm not gonna cope. You know, if she is, she is. If she isn't, it is what it is. You just gotta accept it. Alright? Oh my lord. Person recording this legit stops using Yuno after she bursts and it doesn't look like a nuke. Meanwhile, Augusta keeps going after she bursts. What do you mean? Yuno's alt tier does look like a nuke. How does this not look like a nuke to you? Are you fucking in this universe? She literally pulls the fucking, like, arrow out and shoots that shit. Giant explosion. You think that was a buff? That's a buff? Oh, shut your bitch ass up. You guys are stupid as fuck. You're so stupid. God, she looks so good. My lord. Also, holy legs. You guys see when she ults here? You guys see this? Watch this. Look at the... Oh, my legs. Look at the area around her. It looks like a buff for units. Okay, listen. She could be a Brant type of character, alright? She could do buffs and DPS and a heal and, okay, she could hybrid, alright? I don't know what you're talking about. She literally makes a field that's literally a support code animation. She could be hybrid, okay? Doesn't matter. I don't know what you guys are talking about. 100% it could be a hybrid. We need those toes. True. God damn. I'm telling you, man. China's obsessed with feet. I might be wrong. Oh no, the feet are gonna scare people? Hey, listen, if it scares them, they should leave. They should leave. Says you? I don't know what you're talking about. This guy seems to think that she's a support. Why are you linking me fucking step leaker, bro? What is this? But playing those two kind of just like made me realize like, what the fuck am I pulling S6s for, right? Or M6s. Yeah, but it's Okay, listen. If she's not a hyper DPS, I won't S6. Okay? If she's a sub DPS, I'll S2. Maybe. She could be dealing negative damage, but you're gonna... No. Listen, check the JP one. Oh, did they finally upload? Man, why is official Wuwa not posting? Why are these other sites posting? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same video, bro. I don't think it's a different video. I think it's the same thing. Oh, it has JP voice lines, does it? Actually? Oh, it does. No, I just say that because most betas, chat, what usually happens is Chinese is added to the characters, but usually the other languages don't have voiceovers yet. But I guess it's a lot further along. Jesus Christ, that fucking bro, that final. I mean, when she does her first ult here, and these slashes sound crispy. It kind of reminds me of Alpha with her fucking sword waves, sort of like the sound effects. No, not Pyro Oath, like OG Alpha. I guess Pyro Oath as well. Wait, you said that, Paisley? Oh, I didn't fucking see. I guess it's like Crimson Weave too, yeah. No, I don't think it's really like Pyro Oath. Pyro Oath, it would make sense if it's fire, but Pyro Oath is fucking fire, bro. That's lightning. This is lightning. Man. The voices are so quiet. Oh my god. Bro, those attacks, you have to admit, these attacks look cool. Like, these attacks look cool enough where I feel like they're not support attacks. Because, let me ask you, right? This feels like it could be a hybrid who goes into Forte and does a bunch of hits and then finishes off with ultimate and then rotates to the next character, right? Literally says it. Is that not what Brant does too? Brant does that as well. What do you mean? Okay, but that's not Zezu ult. That looked more like a nuke than a Zezu ult, okay? God, that ending pose is like so nice. I really like your JP voice. Basic attack string looked pretty crazy too. Just saying, Shorekeeper's basic attack strings look like a fucking support auto attack. What are you fucking saying? Nobody looked at Shorekeeper's auto attacks and like, wow, that looks like a hyper DPS. Fuck, what are you saying? Fucking softest shit ever. Like, no way you thought Shorekeeper's auto attacks look like hyper carried auto attack animations. Same as Yuno's. Yuno's actually look good. I don't know what you're saying. You're literally doing the same. It's not the same. What are you saying, man? It's different. Oh, brother. Snowbreak did it first. God, these models are so ugly. This must be old. Yeah, this is 10 months ago. That's actually not true. Honkai Impact? Yeah, sorry. You're already late on that. Honkai Impact did it years ago. This is 4 years ago, buddy. So, what's up with that, huh? What's up with that? What do we talk about? Yep, Durandal did it first with Honkai Impact. So take that, Snowbreak Glazer pig. Ishtar did it first. Okay, but like Ishtar. Alright, let's go see the slideshow. Oh! No way! Oh my fucking my ears. Use the anime? The anime is nice. God, this should give me chills in Babylonia. This shit's still giving me chills right now. I love this anime so much. Fucking tear. God, I love the sound effects team that worked on this fucking anime, man. This shit was so nice. It's still, unfortunately, as much as I love Ishtar, it still doesn't beat. It doesn't beat when Quetz went insano style. No. Yo, I'm gonna be honest, I think if Augusta was like a fist character, that would have been kind of sick. They kind of made her like Quetz, and she just had like insane fucking like nuclear like punches and came out of the sky. Like, I think the broadsword is cool, but like, this would have been insane. Jesus Christ, bro. Bro, I swear to God, the sound effects team worked overtime on this fucking anime. Right on the eyeball. I fucking hate YouTube end cards. Fuck you. Ruining a great scene. Anyways. Anyways, yeah. 2 damage. Well, unfortunately, yep, Tiamat did not die from that. I mean, it was awesome, but yeah. She survived. Uma servers are fucking dead, by the way? What do you mean? I was just on. It was working fine. Uh-oh. No? I'm on. I'm on. I don't know what y'all talking about. Seems fine to me. Yeah, it seems fine to me. I think it's you guys' issue, not me. Yo, where the fucking are the friends, man? Clueless? What am I trying to borrow here? I'm trying to borrow a spec card. Oh my god, bro. Shit's not appearing. I'm gonna ironically borrow a fucking... I'll just do this. Oh, nah. No. No. Umamusume, you were the chosen one. Why? Oh my god. Why? Why? Why are the servers so shit in this fucking game? God damn it, man. Holy moly. It's okay, chat. Give it a sec. No. Wait. Oh!
あら、もうこんな時間。トレーニングしていたらあっという間ですね。
We're in? I love how there's people replying to the Twitter post I did and thinking I'm leaking.
誰もいない景色こそが特別だと思っていました。
Bro!
今は。いい天気が続くといいですね。雨の中だと体が冷えて長時間走れませんから。この服を着ると蘇ってくる。戦闘で風を切る。
Alright. I can't believe the higurashi wanters in chat actually DDoSed Uma servers. Is that really how far you guys have to go? How low you have to stoop for some higurashi? You really are DDoSing the umamusume servers? Is that... That's a crime. Problem? Bro's like, you're admitting to committing a crime! That's on you? Oh, so I'm at fault. Be honest, would you have played Higu after that run? that's the thing with live chat. You never know what happens, okay? Sometimes you just gotta go with it, alright? Alright, whatever. Fine. Let's go see how Shion fucking kills everybody. I'm just saying, chat, I was right about everything about Shion, okay? Let the record stand. I was right. I was 100% right. No one can say shit. I am vindicated. Turn on TTS. It is on. God fucking damn it. We gotta get our, bomb. Chapters, my king. 100 gifted subs. Hang on, let me rephrase. 100 gifted subs, not from Madagascar. You greedy pig. Oh. God, that will forever be like engraved into my memory. How I did 1 sub equals 1 pull, and then someone was gifting subs for that, and I did it, but they were gifting subs from like Zimbabwe, and each sub I was making like 10 cents. So I lost money doing that. It made no sense, bro. I didn't realize that the system worked like that. It was so stupid. Anyways. Alright, Chad, here we go. Is this still Shion? Is this entire POV Shion? Did you see the wool animations? Oh yeah, I already tweeted about them. Yeah, I already tweeted about them. I will say though, I'm a little upset. I posted the Yuno one first, but the Augusta one is getting way— oh my Jesus Christ, the fucking likes on Augusta's pumping. Why do people like Augusta more than Yuno? It doesn't make sense to me. This is fucking stupid. This is pig shit. These fucking these stinking Augusta fans, man. Because she's mid. You're mid. Ugh. The DPS will get more likes? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's what it is. Wait, hold up. You know? Oh. Okay, wait. Sure. Anyways, yeah. Here we go. IGN intern posted a video on Bilibili won't see tomorrow. That's not true. Looks like the Japanese site, what is it called? The Japanese site also posted it. I forget what the Japanese site was called. Game With? Yeah, was it Game With? It might have been Game With, yeah. Okay, boys. Well, here we go. I was having such a happy dream. Satoshi-kun was in the dream. He was leading his normal everyday life. He was back on the baseball team. Irie and I acted normally around him because we knew that's how mature people should act. We welcomed him back as if he had been here with us the whole time. Although he hits well in practice sessions, he still doesn't do well in a real game. Come on, Satoshi-kun. They're not leaks D1 S4. We already saw them. They're from official IGN China. Come on, Satoshi-kun. 3 strikes already? I'm cheering for you. Then Satoshi-kun pouted as he mumbled. I felt tears pouring down my face. Oh. Sniffle. Sniffle. Yeah, I already tweeted about the Wuwa stuff.
Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun.
Chad, if any of you guys are in fucking high school still, and like you fall this head over heels for someone, to the point where you're killing your grandmother and imprisoning your sister, you gotta get your head straight. Too late? Oh, Monka W. That's true love, bro? Well, sorry, let me rephrase. If you're doing all that while the person you love has never once recognized your love or said they love you back and randomly disappeared into the night one day and never came back, then you should figure something out there, because that's a little psycho. The happy dream faded out with my sobs. The harder I tried to focus on it, the faster it faded. Soon it was all gone. I could see the bright morning sun through a crack in the curtains. I was in Mion's room at the Sonozaki house. When I did, I come back. I was crouching in the corner of the room and crying. A dream is a dream. I wished I hadn't woken up. But one must wake up from a dream. We live in a world where there are no dreams, and that's why we always wake up. But I wasn't sure if I was the only one dreaming that dream, because I felt like Satoshi-kun was right beside me. Oh, nah. There was no reply. This fucking... Oh, Jesus. That was the rule. If it was Satoshi-kun, I wished it'd smile at me just once. But Satoshi-kun's presence faded away. As if he were never there to begin with. I heard the phone ring by the front door. Oh, that's right. I was the only one in the house now. I had to answer it. I got up to walk to the front door. Wait. Keiichi? This could be Keiichi. I felt unsteady, so I put my hands on the wall to support myself. I hardly got any sleep. It was like I had a bad cold. Phone continued to ring. I probably didn't have to answer it, actually. But I was still half asleep, and all I could think of was answering the phone.
Hi, Sonozaki desu.
It's the fucking... It's the mayor. Hang on. Give me a second, chat. Let me just do this. Okay. No. I just had to tell our editor to change something there. Okay. It was Uncle Kimiyoshi.
はい。昨日のが答えたみたいです。しばらく寝かせておこうと思います。
そうだね。無理に起こしちゃ悪いな。ミオンちゃんもこれから学校だよね。
Now, Mayor should vanish here soon when Shion probably gets rid of him because the mayor investigates a little too much.
じゃあ枕元に伝言を置いといてもらってもいいかな。
わかりました。何と伝言しましょう。
昨日の件で緊急に役員会を開くことになったんだけど、それをね、今日の夕方の5時から神社の集会所でって伝えてもらえる？
Wait, this is probably why she might kill the mayor? To cover for the fact that her grandma can't appear at the fucking meeting? To create a distraction?
わかりました。伝えておきます。
As soon as I put the phone down, it rang
はい、
again.
園崎です。
早朝から申し訳ありません。
Uh-oh.
葛西と申しますが、ミオンさんですか？おはようございます。
葛西さんですか？おはようございます。
シオンさんはまだそちらにいらっしゃいますか？
I wasn't panicked, but I hesitated. I could tell him no, or I could play both Mion and
シ
Shion.
オンはさっき顔を洗ってました。呼んできますね。
Yeah? Why? It's gonna be a little bit. You need help finding something? Give me a second, chat. We're back. I decided to play two parts. I went back and forth down the hallway and picked up the phone again.
葛西？
Oh my
お
god.
はようです。
おはようございます。
Bro,
シオ
she's
ン
a
さん、
fucking psychopath.
今日は登校されますか？
This fucking Shion bitch is a fucking psycho.
するわけないです。たるいし。
まあそんなとこだとは。それでシオンさん、沖宮へ帰る足はありますか？若いのに迎えに行かせますが。
君吉のおじいちゃんとかそのあたりに送ってもらおうかなと思ってます。私のことは放っておいてくれて OK です。
親父さんから出席日数だけは守らせるように厳命を受けていますので、私の小指のためにもご協力をいただきたいもんです。
まあ気が向いたら努力します。それより葛西、聞いてる？
聞いてるとは？
昨日のあれ。
Oh shit.
一応は恐ろしい話です。
これまでのタタリの犠牲者はさ、みんなダム戦争の時の戦犯だったわけじゃない？
Is that calling them war criminals from the dam conflict make it sound like they fucking broke the Geneva Convention or something?
それが今年はちょいと路線が違う感じですよね。どう思う？
It was war? No, it was a fucking strike, basically, bro. That's not war. Kasai wasn't the type to talk too much. If it was about something complicated, he usually responded
夕べ
like
の犠
that.
牲者の2人がどうしてお社様のたたりを受けたか知ってる？実は夕べちょっと聞いた話だと、なんか綿流しの最中に最後にこっそり忍び込
I
んだ
don't
ら
know
しい
why
よ。
Shion's still stuck up on this ritual storehouse thing. Because unless Mion is actually just clueless, right? Because Mion didn't know they got into the ritual storehouse and thought that they were killed for something else. Why didn't Shion ask Mion what she thought they got killed for? You know? I don't know.
鍵を針金か何かで開けて。
Because she's dumb? Kasai went silent for a while. I held my breath while waiting to see how he responded. I expected him to say that he couldn't believe those people were chosen as victims just for sneaking into a storehouse. Expected him to say that it was just too unrealistic.
あまあ、富武さんもそのあたりには疎いよそ者だったってことだね。
Gendo's VA, but also literally has the exact mannerisms as Gendo. They're like, this motherfucker barely fucking has an opinion or ever talks. I went along with Kasai, but I felt disturbed on the inside. Kasai didn't wonder why breaking into the ritual storehouse would justify their deaths. I'd known Kasai for a long time, which is why I knew there was a heavy meaning to what he said.
でさ、笠井、実は私もなんだけど。
入ったんですか？
She actually admitted it to him?
西宮殿に？シオンさんが？
その高野さんに一緒にどうって誘われてさ、高野さんと富武さん、そして私とほら前原屋敷に引っ越してきた圭一って男の子と一緒に4人で。
What the fuck? I heard Kasai sighing heavily. This motherfucker! She's such a rat bitch! Even though he didn't say a word, I could tell he was shocked. I'd never known him to act this way before. Yeah, bro, listen, Keiichi did nothing fucking wrong. Like, I feel like this is all fucking Shion's fault.
シオンさん、去年ああいう一件があったばっかりなんですよ。
Bro, wait, this actually proves that Keiichi actually did nothing wrong. Okay, now obviously him not giving the doll to Mion hurt her feelings, but like she didn't turn into a demon. So it was actually just fucking Shion this whole fucking time. Alright? So like Keiichi actually didn't do anything wrong except for following Shion's fucking peer pressure. And this fucking bitch.
今度はどうけじめをつけられるおつもりですか？
去年が爪3枚だったから奮発して5枚くらい言っとく？
That's not true. My goat is Rena. I've never liked Shion that much. Alright? I always had my suspicions on her.
あ、ごめん。でもふざけてるわけじゃないんだよ。
You say your goat was Mion? Okay, listen. This chapter has severely let's just say Mion's aura has been severely destroyed in this chapter. She she went from badass motherfucker to she's kind of got shit on by Shion. So, you know, Rena's still on top, baby. Rena's still number one.
そりゃ私だってやばいとこだって認識はあったよ。少しは。でもさ、そこまでやばいことなわけ？
Listen, I actually think it would have been cooler if Mion actually went demon mode for not getting the doll than this shit. Okay, this shit makes Mion seem like such a pansy.
シオンさんは仮にもそ
On
の
top
時
of
本家
that,
に縁ある
up
方です。
until this point, chat, we thought Mion was like really the successor and locked in on everything that's happening with the Sonozaki family. But turns out Mion doesn't know jack shit, and the grandma barely told her anything. So even more so, Mion is being turned into a fraud. Like, she's actually just a nice girl, like Shion says. And like, Shion's the evil one.
今さらそんなこと言ってまかり通ると思いますか？
っていうか、 だって私ずっと沖宮。
I'm gonna say though, if Shion kills Mion in this chapter, like in my headcanon, I think the girl who escapes as Shion is the real Mion. But
ばあさんに嫌われて以降、ひなみ沢にはほとんど近づいてもいない。その上、学園に閉じ込められて過ごしてたんですよ。そんなの私が知るはずないじゃない。
I heard another sigh from Kasai. That sigh told me my excuse would be useless.
シオンさん、私はあなたの味方のつもりです。極力シオンさんを信じてあげたいと思っています。ですが、いくら私でもかばいきれないことがあります。第一、
ごめん、お姉が来たから切ります。じゃね。
Click. I interrupted Kasai and hung up. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear Kasai reject me. He, who had been my ally all my life.
チェ、参ったな。
I could hear the sounds of the cicadas. The sound made it feel like I was being cooked on a huge frying pan, making a sizzling noise. I couldn't help feeling remorseful. Now I knew that sneaking into the ritual storehouse wasn't a laughing matter. But I really didn't know it at the time. Sure, the door was locked, so they didn't want anyone to go in. Then why did they change the lock? What did they say? I think it was that Rika-chama said that the previous lock was too heavy for her, so she had to change to that cheap one. That was how Takono-san broke in. If the heavy lock was still there, this wouldn't have happened. I slapped my own forehead. Ha! Then I took a deep breath. I had to calm down. What was the point of fussing now? I'd already passed the point of no return. There was no use thinking otherwise. The hag was already dead. Even if she wasn't, she was now at the bottom of the well. Therefore, it was already past the point where I could just cut my fingers off in apology. I felt so unstable. I'd walked on the fence around the swings at the park before, as if I was walking on a tightrope. It was fun because even if I fell, it was only a very short distance. But it wouldn't have been fun if I were up really high. At the very moment, I was in fact already on a tightrope that was a lot higher than the fence at the park. As soon as I took a step, the rope behind me would vanish. I couldn't step back because there was nothing behind me. That was, in short, the current situation I found myself in. Just standing in one spot was all I could do. Even if I never took another step, I'd fall if I wasn't careful. If I forced myself to walk, the danger would only increase. But if I didn't move, I would fall eventually. I couldn't see what was ahead of me. There was no guarantee that I'd ever find a firm ground. Oh, should have leveled firm. Okay. But if I stopped, there was only one fate waiting for me. I have to move onward. If staying here guaranteed death, then I'd rather try to walk, even if I die as a result. Even if there was a dead end ahead of me, at least I tried my hardest. In general, I try to be optimistic. I could accept my life not lasting particularly long, but I wouldn't go easily. I'd struggle as much as possible. I'd already killed the hag. For that, there could be no other punishment than death. I knew my life would end soon. In other words, I was actually already dead. So this is, okay. So if you guys remember, Takano, when she was found, was actually, the coroner basically said that she was actually already dead for 24 hours before that time that they thought she would have died. Which would imply that Takano has already, before she died, committed a crime that would have killed her a day before. So what the fuck did Takano do that would have killed her 24 hours before her death? It wasn't Tomitake, because Tomitake was killed around her time. Doesn't Mion say that if Keiichi saw her, she was already gone? I still think Takano faked her death. She's a nurse and can fake her medical records. Plus, she burnt the corpse outside of recognition.
死人がなおもあがこうとしたら、そりゃ特攻あるのみでしょ。
I clenched my fist tightly as I muttered, "Even if I had to die, I couldn't die easily." Okay, I mean, that sentence could also just be a nothing burger, right? It could actually just not have to do with anything, and it could just be put there to, like, make it confused. Who did it? For what purpose and why? I was going to investigate. I was going to question. I was going to expose. Yes, I was going to settle the score. I'd carry out the plan I came up with yesterday. I could hide the hag's death somehow. All I'd have to say is that she hasn't been feeling well since Watanagashi. I could do it all while pretending to be Mion. Just in case her friends at school became suspicious, maybe I'd start telling them I hadn't been feeling well either. See, the issue with this continuity, though, is because this is Chapter 2's continuity, which doesn't fucking work with Chapter 3's continuity. Because Chapter 3 was Rika... Chapter 3's continuity is... No, because... Wait. I'm trying to fucking remember the different chapters here. Yeah. Okay, you guys know what I mean. The Chapter 3's continuity was it Chapter 3? The chapter where Rika was just fucking dead with her fucking organs ripped out by the shrine? Yeah, exactly. So how the fuck does that fit into Chapter 2's continuity? I have no fucking idea. Chapter 3 is different world. Chapter 2 is a different... Each chapter gives different answers for different worlds. Why are there different worlds? When it became Mion. But then which one's the real world? Or are these all different possibilities of what could have happened? When it became Mion, Shion would automatically disappear. I had already told Kasai that I snuck into the shrine storage, so he'd probably end up telling people that I was demoned away due to the curse of Oyashiro-sama. The last person I'd have to think about was the fourth one who snuck into the ritual storehouse, Keiichi Maebara. Maybe I can use him as bait to lure out the enemy. Sorry, Kei-chan, you're going to be my bait. I felt a little bad since I was starting to like him. With all that figured out, let's go to school. I'd gone to school as Mion before, so I knew how things worked. It was almost time to leave the house.
Mii-chan!
Rena, sniff her out. Because if this is Chapter 2 continuity, Rena's gonna help Keiichi.
遅い待っててくれたわけ？先に行っちゃってもよかったのに。
あれ、ミオン、お前顔が赤くないか？息も妙に荒いし。
みーちゃん、ひょっとして具合悪くない？
Rena put her hand on my
レナの
forehead.
手冷たいな。みーちゃん、ちょっとだけど熱あるよ。
Do the thing?
そんな大したことないよ。
Did they not do zoom-ins until the fucking later games?
半日もすればケロッと治っちゃうって。
本当に大丈夫かよ。あんまり無理するなよ。
あれ、ケイちゃん、気遣ってくれるの？嬉しいな。
I'd always thought he was a goofball, so I was a little surprised. I thought they would tease me, but they didn't.
無理しない方がいいと思うな。先生にはお休みだって伝えとくよ。大丈夫。風邪薬も飲んだし、すぐに効いてくると思うから。
じゃあ行こうか。くれぐれも無理するなよ。って言いながら。時間。
走らないと間に合わない。スリリングな朝になっちゃったね。鈍った体にはちょうどいいカツかもね。走ろ。それでは委員長、号令。
I made the same mistake before. I never learned, do I?
みーちゃん、本当に大丈夫かな？今日は具合悪そう。あら、そうなんですの。それはよくありませんわね。
It was a good idea to make them believe I was sick. You know the issue I have with this continuity though, chat? Oh no, I guess not, because that was no, that was during Satoshi. So we wouldn't have seen it through Keiichi's POV. Even if I did things differently from Mion, I had an excuse.
まあ、あれだ。女の子には体調が悪くなる日もあるってことだな。
僕にはそんな日はないのですよ。みぱー。
Mion's friends kept each other occupied and left me alone. Keiichi Maibara. He might suddenly disappear one day. I couldn't let that happen. That would be like letting a fish take the bait and swim away while I was fast asleep with a fishing pole in my hand. Couldn't miss the moment the enemy took a bite out of Keiichi. I had to be very careful. But it was impossible to keep my eyes on him 24 hours a day. Spying on him at school like this wasn't enough. Should I have him meet with Shion and let her explain that he's in danger? Maybe we could set up a strategy together. I didn't think Keiichi realized how serious a crime it was to step into the ritual storehouse. I hadn't, after all. Since last year, all the incidents that related to the curse had probably been investigated in secret. People involved with the three families would know about the incidents from last night, but Keiichi shouldn't know anything. Well, that's until Oishi talks to him. If he knew where he stood now, he'd be more cautious too. That should make him aware of his surroundings, and maybe he would notice if anything odd took place. The teacher caught him sleeping, so he ordered him to go wash his face. He walked out into the hallway. I was sleepy too. I had to be alert, but I couldn't clear my mind due to my lack of sleep. I decided to go home early. Since I've been pretending to be sick since the morning, my request was approved. Wait, this is where Keiichi and who we thought was Mion run into each other. As I exited the building, I saw Keiichi washing his face. But this is where Keiichi saw Mion's eyes were fucking freaky.
表の方が気分いいもんね。
あ、ミオンか。授業、サボるなよな。
It looked like it felt refreshing for him to wash his face with cold water. I washed my face too, but it didn't feel as good as it looked.
ミオン、風邪の方はいいのかよ。眠いのは寝不足じゃなくて、風邪薬の副作用なんだろ。
Did Keiichi say something that could have triggered Shion? I don't remember what he said.
あはは、実は内緒なんだけど、昨日はお祭りの後で親族の宴会に巻き込まれちゃってさ。それでエンドレスに。
Gulp. I pretend to drink with an invisible glass.
徹夜明けかよ。心配して損した。
Keiichi exaggerated his reactions, but he still seemed worried.
じゃあな、俺は教室に戻るぜ。帰りは気をつけろよ。ふらふらして、側溝や用水路に落ちるなよ。
Keiichi turned around to go back to the classroom.
そうそう、ケイちゃん。
Oh. I stopped Keiichi. He in response turned around.
なんだ？
変なことを聞くけど、深く考えないで答えてね。
Oh my god, I remember this voice line.
それは内容によりけりだな。
昨日の綿流しの晩さ、富武さんと高野さんに会わなかった？
Bro, we thought this was so spooky because we thought Mion was onto us. But it was fucking Shion the whole time. I noticed Keiichi's body tense up. His reaction proved that he felt guilty about sneaking into the ritual storehouse. He was frightened that Mion Sonozaki might know about it. I guess this was enough to give him a certain impression of Mion Sonozaki.
富武さんと高野さんはわかるよね。ほら、ケイちゃん、お祭りの前日準備の時、シオンと一緒に4人でお話ししてたでしょ？
Oh my god, so Shion just turned Mion into an evil bitch. This evil fucking sister. I could clearly see how dismayed Keiichi felt. He was trying to come up with an excuse.
さあ、どうかな。あったような、合わなかったような。
And then we were like, oh my god, that's such a bad answer. He was both a bad liar and a bad actor. He wasn't really that intelligent at all. Well, that would make him a suitable friend for Mion. Okay, rude bitch. He was just a brat, unlike Satoshi-kun. Oh, God. This fucking... Bro, nah, listen. Shion needs to die. I hope it's Mion that gets out, and Shion's the one that accidentally tripped and fell and died in the fucking well. Although, when it came to lying and acting, Satoshi-kun was at about the same level. Maybe Keiichi should be credited for at least trying to tell a lie. Satoshi-kun wouldn't have even said a thing. I didn't need to be thinking about him right now.
そう。じゃあもう一つ質問ね。同じく昨べ、シオンに会わなかった？
This is a very mean question. Keiichi was perplexed as I'd expected.
それ、昨日も聞いたよな。俺、会ったかどうかわからないって答えたと思ったぜ。
Eh? I'd asked him that yesterday? He must have meant that Mion Sonozaki asked him that question. In other words, she asked him that after he left the storehouse and got back together with his friends. Damn you, Mion. When I asked her, she said she had no idea we went into the ritual storehouse. Shit.
そうだっけ？また改めて聞いたら違う答えが返ってくるかなって思ってさ。
Bro, we thought this answer was her like fucking like oh my god. This fucking bitch Shion just worded things so weirdly that it made us think a different way.
どうして会ったかどうかをそんなに気にするんだよ。
He was getting defensive. Keiichi couldn't hide his panic as he flared up at me.
大したことじゃないの。富武さんと高野さんとシオンとケイちゃんをね、悪く言ってる人たちがいるの。何が悪いんだかはよく聞いてないんだけどね。
Keiichi was really perplexed now. This wasn't fun at all, but it could still be an interesting game.
私、ケイちゃんが悪いことをするなんて信じてないから。でも、ちょっとだけ聞いてみたかったから聞いてみたの。
Man, and then wasn't this when Keiichi later asks Rika for help? So who was Rika gonna help him against? I don't think it's Shion. Remember how Mion says that there's someone else who runs everything in the underbelly of for the Sonozaki family? Maybe it's that individual that Rika was thinking of. The dog, right? Not Shion, not Mion.
不愉快な思いをさせてごめんね。
I made sure Keiichi felt the sense of crisis, then left. Nobody can tell us apart. We're Mion and Shion, perfect twins. When I returned to the Sonozaki house, I saw a woman with an apron on. It was a housekeeper. Her name was Shimiko-san. The hag had a few housekeepers who took care of the chores around the house.
ミオンちゃん、本当によかった。
ありゃ、シミコさん、何かご用で？
Today was her turn to come help out at the house. She'd arrived, but the gate was locked and she couldn't get in. She'd called, but there was no answer, so she had been just standing there, not knowing what to do.
バッチャですね。綿流しの祭りで面白くないことがあったみたいで、昨べからすごく機嫌が悪いんです。
Shimiko-san tried to remember if she had done something wrong.
別に無視してるんじゃなくて、寝込んでるだけなんです。昨べ、だいぶ遅くまでカリカリしてたから、多分まだ起きられないんじゃないでしょうか。知ってるでしょ？一度機嫌を損ねたバッチャが、どれだけの期間機嫌が悪いかを。
そうですね。
しばらく顔を見せない方がいいと思います。シミコさんに悪気がなくても、バッチャは何かと咎めてくるに違いありませんから、こういう時は私に任せといてください。
そうですか？それは助かりますけど。
シミコさん、申し訳ないんですけど、他のお手伝いさんにもしばらく来なくていいと伝えてもらっていいですか？バッチャの機嫌が治ったらこっそり電話しますから。しばらくそっとしてあげてください。
Shimiko-san bowed, then left on her bicycle. Anyone who had ever experienced Granny's wrath would understand. I headed into Mion's room, set her alarm clock for 2 p.m. and crawled into her bed. I needed to recover quickly. I had to be sharp, calm, and cool-headed. School should be out by 2 p.m. Maybe I'd get in touch with Keiichi. I'd have to call him. There would also be a staff meeting at the Furude Shrine assembly in the evening. All the leaders of the three families, their relatives, and the town council members would gather at this meeting. They were all authority figures in Hinamizawa. I'd be attending in place of the hag who was sick. I'd worry about the rest when I got there. People shouldn't notice that Mion and the hag were missing for a long time. I didn't need to worry, as I had plenty of time. I checked the alarm once more. Then fell asleep as if someone switched me off.
もしもし。
園崎の妹の方です。こんにちは。今はお時間大丈夫ですか？
シオンか。ミオンと同じで、今日は寝不足で寝込んでるんじゃないかと思ったぜ。
え？ひょっとしてお姉、早退ですか？お姉らしい。
Keiji had no idea that the Mion he saw earlier was actually me. He didn't notice when we talked in person, so there's no way he would notice on the phone. I never knew that playing two roles would be so much fun. To feel such enjoyment in this game of life or death. Maybe I was getting used to the situation. Maybe my senses had gone numb.
ごめんな。
She gonna at least fucking check on goddamn what's a Mion?
ちょっと親が電話待ちをしてるんで、そんなに長話はできないんだ。何の用だ？
お話ししたいことがあったんですけど、長電話が無理じゃ仕方ないですね。
じゃあさ、会って話をしないか。ついでに図書館にも案内してもらえるとありがたい。
図書館って駅前の私立図書館ですか？別にいいですよ。バイトのついでってことで。
Oh, this is where they run into Oishi. We decided to meet in Okinomiya. It wasn't easy to get there from Hinamizawa, but I had to hurry. I couldn't run into Keiichi as he was heading there himself. I recalled that the key to the hag's motorcycle was in her secret drawer. The hag usually got driven around in public events, but when she had her own errand, she rode her motorcycle. Keiichi, I assumed, was going to ride his bicycle. I tried to get to Okinomiya before he did. Keiichi arrived quite a bit later than me. Motorcycles are faster after all. There were hardly any traffic lights to worry about on the way here either.
ミオンと違って、シオンは待ち合わせ時間を守るな。しみじみ。
お姉を標準にされるといろいろと困ります。
少しフラフラしてないか？お前も夕べは寝不足だろ。隠しても無駄だぞ。で、学校を早退したに違いない。
残念でした。私はそもそも今日はずる休みしてますので、私お姉より容量いいですから。
おいおい、学校をずる休みするのを容量いいとは言わないと思うぞ。
じゃあ先に用事を片付けます？時間もそんなにないですから。図書館へ行くんですよね。
What was his errand?
ああ、頼むよ。お袋の借りてる本の返却期限が今日までらしいんで。図書館は遠いのか？
すぐ近くですよ。
I meant it when I said we didn't have much time. I had to hurry a little. I was just going to talk to him on the phone, but I ended up coming all the way to Okinomiya. After our talk, Keiichi would slowly head back to Hinamizawa on his bicycle. I'd have to rush back there while making sure I didn't run into him. Otherwise, I couldn't make it on time for the meeting. Maybe I could be a little late, but since I needed to hear everything they were going to discuss, I didn't want to be. This was the Shishibone Public Library. It was sizable, filled with a collection of moldy, smelly books. But they did have air conditioning and it was quiet. It was a perfect place for when you wanted to be alone. After Satoshi-kun disappeared last year, I came here a lot to think about various things. This was where I first met Takano-san. I didn't want to run into her with Keiichi in tow, but then I remembered that she was already dead. The first floor of the building was occupied by government offices. The library itself was on the second floor, so we had to walk up a huge staircase to get there. I tasted cool air on my skin as soon as I walked through the automated door. Unlike outside, it was very quiet in here. The room temperature was both comfortable and suitable for books. What the hell? Hang on, chat. Why is this shit? stupid. What the hell? Okay, this is interesting. Alright, I'll figure that out. Anyways. Okay.
どこの図書館も似たようなもんだな。
Keiichi walked up to the return table after he said so. Because it was a weekday, there was hardly anyone around. It really was very quiet. I was going to chat about some ordinary things, and then move on to the main subject. After Keiichi returned the books, I invited him into the inner section of the library. Keiichi knew Mion well, but he didn't know me at all. He showed an interest in our life story. This is exactly where Takano-san told me about the true history of Hinamizawa a year ago. I was about to tell Keiichi about things that were very similar to that. Did God have a sense of irony?
言われてみれば、例のおもちゃ屋も親類の人が経営してるみたいだったな。そういえば、エンジェルモートも親類の人が経営してるんじゃないのか?
Told him the reason why the Sonozaki family was so powerful in this area. I assumed that since Keiichi came from the city, there was a good chance he couldn't even begin to understand how one old family could literally control an entire area. Unless I explained to him how powerful the Sonozaki family was, he wouldn't understand what kind of danger was barreling toward him.
特に金融、不動産関係は強いですね。あと、商工会議所の役員も何割かは、園崎姓かその親類がついてます。沖宮一帯を評伝に、市議会議員と県議会議員にも園崎がいますし。
ちょっと待て。なんだかすごい話になってきたぞ。沖宮の町中に親類が経営する店があって、特に金融、不動産に強い。しかもその上、商工会議所の役員の何割かが親類で、しかも地元選出の議員までいて。
Keiichi counted with his fingers. He was clearly surprised to hear all that about the Sonozaki family. It seemed he was flexible enough to accept even something that sounded outrageous to him. He was starting to understand things, although slowly. The way he viewed Shion Sonozaki was changing little by little too. That should be enough background information. Now I would go on to explain about Mion Sonozaki, the successor. Then I changed the subject like Takano-san did with me. I'd go on to talk about the curse of Oyashiro-sama and the series of mysterious deaths.
ひょっとして、園崎家って、この辺り一帯じゃ、すごいんじゃ。
ねえ。すごいんです。
There he is. A fat man with a cigarette suddenly cut into our conversations. Whoa! Oishi? Why was he here?
どうも。こんにちは。
I could still see Oishi being that... working with the Sonozakis.
今日はデートですかな？羨ましいですね。
そうだと思ったら邪魔しないでほしかったですね。
Chapter 4 meant nothing for you? Or Oishi's just such a fucking five-head player of this whole game here, and he's playing both sides flawlessly to maintain himself.
おいさ。
What timing? It couldn't be coincidence. I knew this man too well. He was crafty, sly, and clever. His presence here just can't be a coincidence. Did he see us somewhere in town and follow us? But why? Did he need something from me, Keiichi, or perhaps the both of us? From what I could guess, I didn't think it was me that he wanted something from. It was almost like he was trying to keep Keiichi away from me. Oishi was aware I gave false testimony to protect Satoshi-kun last year. Maybe he didn't think he could talk to Keiichi if I was around. Why did Oishi need to talk to Keiichi? Must be about the incident from yesterday. I'm sure there were plenty of plainclothed officers at the festival, so they had to have seen who was last with the victims. Another was Keiichi and me, but Oishi knew I was hard to deal with. That was why he was focusing on Keiichi at present. Why did he have to show up at a time like this?
前原さんでしたよね。あなたもタフな人ですね。園崎姉妹を二股かけるなんて。
いや、そんな二股だなんて。
Keiichi looked at me, hoping for assistance. He blushed. The way he panicked reminded me of Satoshi-kun. That aside, this wasn't going well. Oishi might even start talking about my relationship with Satoshi-kun. I didn't want him to, nor did I want Keiichi to have any preconceptions. Oishi took a quick glance at me. His eyes told me something. He was purposefully talking about the things I'd rather not talk about. He was basically telling me to leave or he'd continue on to something that was worse than what they were currently talking about. He didn't use words, but his eyes clearly communicated that anyway. Damn that big fat weasel.
ごめんなさい、ケイちゃん。私もうバイトの時間なんです。
え、あ、そうなのか?
I realized that I wouldn't achieve anything like this, even if I stayed longer, so I used my part-time job as an excuse to leave. Oishi looked at me and grinned. Damn it. He won today, but I'll win next time.
そういえば、今日はシオン、何かなんなら。
また今度。あ、バイトが終わったら電話します。夜なら電話大丈夫ですよね。
ああ、大丈夫だと思う。
じゃあ、今夜電話しますので、その時に。じゃあ。
Feel like there's gotta be another twist, chat. This can't just be moving on with Shion just pretending to be Mion the whole time. There's gotta be something that happens. The hag's motorcycle had become my primary means of transportation. My next stop was the staff meeting at the Furude Shrine's assembly hall. This is where she probably kills the mayor. It was easy to imagine how a normal meeting would play out if we were just celebrating the end of Watanagashi. But today's staff meeting was likely going to be as strained as the Sonozaki family councils. Yes, the staff meeting was going to deal with the heart of Hinamizawa. I couldn't let my guard down even for a moment. I rested for a while at the house and left for the meeting. Can she talk like Mion? The successor Mion? I walked up the long stairs to the Furude Shrine. At the top, I saw some elderly men smoking in front of the hall. Since they had a minor fire a long time ago, it had been made into a non-smoking area.
Ade, Mion-chan kai?
The head of the Kimiyoshi family, Uncle Kimiyoshi, noticed me and waved. He must not have expected Mion to come alone. Normally, it would have been either the hag by herself or Mion tagging along as an assistant.
バッチャは、夕べのあれ以来、機嫌を相当悪くしちゃいまして、誰も近づけず、布団にこもりきりです。
They all understood how troublesome she was when in a bad mood. They smiled bitterly in sympathy.
今日はミオンちゃんが園崎家当主代行ということでいいね。お嬢さんから話とか聞いてる？
一応。
What did he mean? Has Oryu told you anything? That line by itself didn't really explain much. The staff meeting was usually led by the mayor, the head of the Kimiyoshi family. And he'd asked me, as the subordinate of the Sonozaki family head, if I'd heard anything from her. I then realized who was supposed to lead today's staff meeting.
おじ、じゃなくて、君吉さん、今日の会合だけど、司会、私じゃないと。
According to the ranking order at the family councils, any substitute for the Sonozaki family is above the Kimiyoshi family head. In other words, I'd have to lead today's meeting. There was no way I could do that.
大丈夫大丈夫。おじいちゃんがやるから。ミオンちゃんは座ってればいいよ。お嬢さんから聞いてる話があったら話してくれればいいからね。
村長、そろそろ始めますかいね。全員揃いましたね。
Smokers put out their cigarettes and went back into the hall. The tables were set in a horseshoe shape, and I was told to sit next to the chair reserved for the chief. The seat opposite mine was empty. Considering its location, it was probably for the Furude family head, Rika Furude. But somebody had said earlier that everybody was already here. Either Rika-chama had called it an absent or the empty seat was just a formality. Knowing the subject of this meeting, I don't think that the Furude family head would even want to attend. Even if Rika-chama actually attended, she wouldn't be able to say anything. All she'd usually do at the Sonozaki family councils was draw pictures on a notepad. She would probably end up drawing pictures in this meeting too. Besides, they probably didn't want her to hear anything unpleasant. In this way, the empty Furude family seat was easily explained. When everyone was seated, the head of the Women's Association served tea. She gave me an evil look, trying to tell me to help out. I got up and did so. After that, everyone fell quiet and the secretary stood up.
それでは皆さん、本日は大変お忙しい中、緊急にお集まりいただきまして、誠にお疲れ様です。それでは初めに、村長さんからご挨拶をいただきます。村長、どうぞ。
座ったままで失礼します。ケンちゃんも座ったままでいいよ。今日は平日の夕方にお集まりいただきまして、誠にありがとうございました。
Yeah, no, listen, I still think there's a twist where Mion actually takes over. But because the only explanation is there's no way the person that gets out, that Shion, isn't Shion. Because it only makes sense that it's Shion because she fucking hears voices and sees an invisible fucking force, right? And we know when she committed suicide, she argued with something and then jumped off. Mion doesn't have that.
また昨日は綿流しを本当にお疲れ様でございました。
No, what could happen here is either with the killing of Rika and it might be with the killing of Rika and Satoko, where they have some type of fucking altercation where somehow Mion is freed temporarily by Shion to help her out with something, and then Mion might like use that moment to take advantage of it. I don't know. You're saying Shion killed Rika? No, I think what had probably happened was Shion called Rika to bait over Satoko to kill Satoko. Right? That's what the assumption originally was. When we didn't know about this chapter, remember in chapter 2, the assumption was that Mion called over Rika for some fucking soy sauce, and then Satoko was like, where the fuck is Rika? And then went, wabba-dabba-dabba-da, and then fucking got killed as well, so.
おかげさまで本年も事故もなく大変な盛況のうちに終了させることができました。祭りにも村中から大勢がいらっしゃり、本当に素晴らしい祭りになったものと思うとります。
Yeah, here we'll see what happened with Rika and the syringe. 100%.
来たの何人だっけ?
This is also, right after this, we'll start seeing people try to search for the mayor after he dies. And then that's when, we'll then, after that, see Rika and Satoko disappear. And then that's where we see the ladder scene with, I think up to there is Shion. So, maybe somewhere there they have the swap. It's hard to say.
大本営発表だと5000人だそうです。
Wahahahaha. Everyone laughed except
今
me.
後もますますの文化の向上のために一丸となって頑張ってまいりたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。
Clap, clap, clap. An applause with only 8 people doesn't sound so great.
それでは引き続き議事の方に入ってまいりたいと思います。本日の議事を君吉村長さんにお願いしようと思います。
But here's the other issue with assuming that Mion and Shion do swap back. Why would Mion have any reason to try to kill Keiichi? Because the whole issue up till that point was that Keiichi and Rena were in on the fact that possibly this Mion had killed all of their friends and the mayor. But if Mion didn't do any of that and it was Shion, why would Mion have to kill Keiichi? The doll? Oh, please. Are we still, like, chat, I think the whole point of chapter 2 and 5's continuity is to prove that there was no fucking curse. And that it is actually just a human fucking force the whole time. That what we thought was a demon was actually just Shion fucking being madly in love with Satoshi-kun. So,
承認していただける方は拍手でご承認願います。
Clap, clap, clap.
ありがとうございます。それではただいま漫座でのご承認をいただきましたんで、君吉村長さんに司会を譲りたいと思います。
I think it is still very possible that Takano never actually fucking died and kills Tomitake and then has another fucking corpse that maybe she has access to because she works at the clinic as a nurse, and used that to burn it and left some fucking personal effects there to make it look like it was her.
よろしくお願いします。
どうもケンちゃんお疲れ様。では司会を引き継ぎましたので、本日申し訳ない。カーテン閉めましょうかね。
Here we go. This is some serious talk now. The village chief explained the details of the incident as well as what went on with the police. A police vehicle discovered Tomitake-san's body on its way back to Okinomiya last night. Oishi's special curse unit was standing by, expecting something to happen for the 5th time, so they responded quickly. Since Tomitake-san and Takano-san were rarely apart, Oishi got in touch with the neighboring prefectural police departments and asked them to look for her. As a result, they found a burned body of a woman in the mountains of the Gifu prefecture, and the body was then identified as Mio Takano. How would they identify it, though? Considering the circumstances, the police ended up labeling the incident as the 5th of the ongoing series of mysterious deaths. When he finished, there was a dead silence. I watched to see who would speak first. Nobody said a thing. Then I noticed Kimiyoshi-san looking at me. Ah, this was where the head of Sonozaki family was.
ミオンちゃん、お嬢さんは何か言ってたかい？
Everyone looked in my direction. I was sure they could see the hag in me.
園崎家当主代行、園崎ミオンです。本日は当主お寮に代わりまして出席させていただきました。よろしくお願いいたします。
I became Mion. I tried to become as cold and unfeeling as Mion I witnessed a year ago. That cold version of Mion was inside of me. That was me. I was her.
不幸にしてお社様のお怒りは5年目にも下されることになりました。大変悲しいことです。
Everyone was held captive by my words. I wasn't a little girl anymore. The hag was speaking through my mouth. They all heard me and trembled in
どうして
fear.
今年もたたりがあったかわかる方はいますか？
After my question, everyone whispered to each
そ
other.
う。西宮殿の金を犯し、土足で聖域を踏み荒らして汚れを持ち込んだからです。
何いうことだ。
A few elderly men got up and yelled.
アホンタレが信じられん小僧どもだ。腹渡引き裂いても飽きたりんガキどもじゃん。お社様、お怒りをお鎮めください。なんてこと、なんてこと。お社様、これだからよそもなすっかん。なんも考えんねえ。ガクガクもないよ。あれすってれんこってなるね。バチ当たりどもんが。
The angry old men yelled even as they trembled in fear. Their sudden change scared me more than a little. Even Uncle Kimiyoshi, who was usually so gentle and sweet, became like a demon of war, cursing those who broke the rule of the ritual storehouse. It had become like a raging ocean inside the assembly hall. Their yells spun about like a whirlpool. They roared, crashed, and howled. Even while doing nothing but watch, I could feel myself turning pale. Mion threatened me yesterday, and Kasai had been shocked this morning. What I saw before me was similar to that. Even the sweet and gentle Uncle Kimiyoshi was saying they deserved to die. I was fearful of the sudden change in those elderly men. More than anything, the fact that they all believed that those people deserved to die for trespassing is what terrified me. It wasn't just that, of course. The real thing I was scared of was that I was one of the people they wanted dead. In other words, it was almost like they were telling me to die of the curse. If they were to find out I snuck into the ritual storehouse, it was very possible that they would strangle me on the spot. Actually, they might not kill me that easily. By then, I was certain. The people in this room were true believers in Oishiro-sama, just like the hag. They wouldn't hesitate to murder whoever made Oishiro-sama angry on his behalf. Even if they didn't carry out the killing themselves, they would pretend they didn't see anything. Yes, not even if my head was cut off right in front of them. Everyone here would act in collusion and say I never intended today. If they all testified that they waited and I didn't show, I'd be demoned away. It would be far too easy for them to erase someone and have them disappear. There was no mistake. People linking the hag and the curse were definitely here at this meeting. I continued speaking. I was Mion Sonozaki. I was on the side responsible for the curse. Therefore, at that moment, I didn't need to worry about anything. Nobody could tell the difference between Mion and me. That's what would keep me safe.
お静かにお願いします。
ほら、静かに静かに。
Uncle Kimiyoshi helped me to quiet everyone, but his tone was violent. He really scared me. Everyone gradually became silent.
西宮殿に忍び込んだ族は4人。あと2人います。
People once more became restless upon hearing that, but Uncle Kimiyoshi yelled at them again and they settled down.
富武さんと高野さんは分別のつくお年だったはずですからね。お社様のたたりが直ちに下りましたが、もう2人は子供です。まだたたりは免れていますが、何のけじめもなく許されることはありません。
Everyone stayed quiet that time. They had all turned genuinely pale, trying not to miss a word I said. After all, they were all thinking that the kids I mentioned could be their own relatives or even grandchildren. They wanted to know who they were to put their minds at ease.
その2人の老石者は、園崎紫音、そして前原圭一。
I could feel the air getting drier. It was so dry it almost felt like it was going to start making a crackling
園
noise.
崎紫音はすでに
I couldn't even hear the old people breathe. I took a peek at Uncle Kimiyoshi, who was sitting next to me. He'd adored Shion as if she were his own granddaughter, but she had been demoned away. I wanted to see how distressed and sad he'd look. And when I saw his face, I felt a sensation on my back as if my skin itself was making a crackling noise. He didn't even have an expression on his face. Uncle Kimiyoshi adored me. I loved him and I thought he loved me too. That was why I expected him to be saddened after learning that I met with such a cruel fate. What was I thinking? The memory of his warm smile shattered inside of me. There was no way of describing the fear I experienced in that moment. In mere words, he had suddenly changed into someone I didn't even recognize. Uncle Kimiyoshi noticed me looking at him and spoke.
もう一人の前原圭一は?
まだです。
I had to take a deep breath to regain my composure.
西宮殿を犯した4人、すべてにお社様はたたりを下されるでしょう。
The issue with this, though, is it wouldn't work with the continuity. No, chat. She just came to this meeting of the entire village and told them that Shion has been demoned away already. Then why is Shion alive at the end of this entire ordeal, having trauma in an apartment? Wouldn't anybody at the village at that point, at the end of chapter 2, be then like, wait, y'all said Shion was dead. What happened? Right? That was after they got her out? Yes, but she really pushed Keiichi, huh? Because that's Mion? Maybe the old fucks kept quiet? Yo, umamusume made a tweet. Regarding connection issues, we are aware that players are having problems connecting to game servers. We're currently investigating the issue. Fuck you, Cygames! Fix it now! Alright.
前原圭一も例外ではありませんよ。
Chilling looks, cruel looks, emotionless looks. And told him I was going to fetch the hag. I left the room and killed some time down the hallway.
ばっちゃ、着替えたから来るそうです。ちょっと時間かかるかもです。
いや、ゆっくり待ってるから。
Uncle Kimiyoshi relaxed as he sipped his cup of tea. I sat next
多
to
分
him.
シオンの話じゃないかなと思います。
I mentioned my name and watched for his reaction. Uncle Kimiyoshi looked so grim. I couldn't even tell if he heard me. I decided to continue speaking until he reacted in some
シオ
way.
ンは去年がありますからね。北条家の人間なんかと懇意になるなんて。
去年は、爪を剥いで許してもらったんだったね。
ええ、3枚剥いで。
Uncle Kimiyoshi folded his arms and thought for a
シオ
while.
ンちゃんは今
地下にいます。
様子はどうなんだい？
Uncle Kimiyoshi sounded worried. When I heard that, I felt relieved that Uncle Kimiyoshi was on my side. His anger in the assembly hall was just an
ずっ
act.
と泣いていますよ。
ミオンちゃん、率直なところ、お嬢さんはシオンちゃんのことをどうするって言ってるんだ？
具体的なことは聞いてません。ご存知と思いますけど、バッチャは怒りが度を超えると逆に無口になりますからね。
西宮殿に入ったんだもんな。しかも自分とこの身内がな。そりゃそうだろうな。
Uncle Kimiyoshi thought that the hag must be unsure of what to do
お
with
じいちゃ
Shion.
んはシオンの処遇どうなると思います？
そりゃ爪3枚よりもっとむごいことになるだろうな。お嬢さんのことだから身内に甘くするってことはないと思う。むしろ身内だからこそ厳しく当たるだろうからな。
何しろ西宮殿に入ったんですものね。それは許されないことでしょうね。
さすがにな、西宮殿はな。
でもシオンもかわいそうかもしれません。だってずっとひなみ沢から遠ざけられてきたんです。西宮殿の不可侵性は知ってはいたでしょうが、そこまでいけないことだという認識は多分なかったんでしょうから。
確かにシオンちゃんは不憫だよな。
あたしかシオンか。背中の入れ墨を見る以外に私たちをどんな方法で区別できるというのですか？何もない。ミオンとシオンなんて区別自体が何の意味もないのに。
Twins are proof of bad luck. One should be eliminated as soon as they are born. Such is the family precept. The hag actually put her hands around my neck right after I came out of the womb. That's how the story went, at least. In the end, the hag didn't kill me, but instead pretended I didn't exist. She forced herself to call one of us Mion and the other Shion. She adored Mion and hated Shion. My sister and I never understood why we had to go through that. We didn't care who was Mion or Shion, so one day we came up with an idea. We decided to share the joy Mion experienced and the sadness Shion experienced. We haven't switched places. We're both Mion, and at the same time, we were both Shion. Adults around us tried to put different clothes on us or style our hair differently so they could tell us apart. That was nonsense. No matter what they did to us, all we had to do was switch places and nobody could tell us apart. Finally, they decided that we switched places because we were always together. On that day, Shion got to go to an amusement park. Since then, we've been separated.
ミオンちゃん、
私にはシオンがどういう処遇になるか想像もつきません。そしてどんなことに決まっても意見できる立場にありません。バッチャは身内であればむしろ意見を聞かない人ですし。
そうだな。お嬢さんの悪いところだよ。
シオンは園崎シオンでなければとっくに殺されていたことでしょう。死に準ずる罰が果たしてどのようなものか私には想像もつきません。殺されなかったにしたって多分一生日の光を見ることはできないでしょう。つまりは鬼隠しということかと。
ミオンちゃん、シオンちゃんは反省してるんだろ？
ええ。
In response, Uncle Kimiyoshi tapped my shoulder and then slapped his own chest. He smiled reliably.
大丈夫。シオンちゃんがちゃんと反省してるなら鬼隠しなんかなるもんか。君吉のおじいちゃんに任せなさい。
Nah, Shion, I swear, there's no way she kills his mayor. He seems like a nice guy. Nah, there's no way Kimiyoshi knows, okay? I think he actually is just being genuine.
本当に大丈夫なんですか？
そりゃお嬢さんは私に意見されたら怒りはするだろうけどさ。でもおじいちゃんは引かないよ。シオンちゃんがしっかり反省してるんだから許してあげてほしいってちゃんと頼んでみせるから。
Tears began to fall from my eyes. I knew it. Uncle Kimiyoshi was my ally after all. He said he would forgive Shion. He was my ally. I was so happy. Okay, unless what happens from here is Shion's like, Uncle, I knew you were on my side. I killed Granny, and Mion's in the basement. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? And then...
本当に去年の北条聡くんみたいに鬼隠しになっちゃったりしないでしょうか。
Uncle Kimiyoshi smiled reliably again and
罰
told me,
当たりの北条家の坊主ならいざ知れず、その崎家のしおんちゃんならきっと許してもらえるって。
oh, he dead now. Uh-oh. Huh?
北条家の坊主って聡くんのことですか？去年の犠牲者の。
北条の連中は仕方ないさ。村を丸ごと売ろうとした売国と同然の奴らだ。そういう奴らなら鬼隠しだってありえるだろうけど、そりゃあ北条家だからの話だよ。
Brother, relax. Huh?
北条家の連中は一族老頭みんな呪われて当然
Oh
だ。
my god, he don't stop. Bro's fucking...
鬼隠しに会うのはそういう連中なんだから。だからしおんちゃんは大丈夫。大丈夫なんだよ。
おじいちゃん。でも聡くんは去年シオンがけじめをつけたから見逃してもらえることになったんじゃないの？
けじめ？なんの？
ほら、爪を3枚剥いだじゃないですか。葛西さん、吉郎おじさん、それから聡くん3枚。
3枚ってそういう意味だったのかい？
Huh? What?
あの3枚はそういう意味じゃなかったんですか？
いや、合ってるよ。関わった人間が3人だからそう私も聞いてるよ。でも葛西さん、吉郎、それからしおんちゃんで3枚だと聞いてたよ。
What? Huh? I endured excruciating pain. The first one was my left pinky, then the ring finger, and then the middle finger. People held me down so I couldn't move, but I endured. I had to endure 3 nails. I didn't know which nail was for Satoshi-kun. If my middle finger was for Satoshi-kun, I'd have to endure until the middle finger was done so that Satoshi-kun could be forgiven. That was why I endured. Even Mion said afterwards, everything was forgiven. Huh? Uh-huh. Mion, didn't you say Satoshi-kun was forgiven? Didn't you? That's what I heard. I think that's what I heard. Or did I? Eh? Huh? Oh, she's about to morph. I felt the air move. There shouldn't have been a breeze in that room, but I felt it anyway. The cool air stroked the back of my neck. That was when my true self stood right behind me and nodded. Although there was no wind, my hair billowed. The burning wickedness buried deep inside my eyes became visible.
どうして北条聡くんは鬼隠しにあったのでしょう？聡くんのご両親は確かに村を売ろうとしました。お社様のたたりがあったのは当然です。でも聡くんはその両親の子供であっただけ。その聡くんにどんな罪が？
みおんちゃん、
聡くんにどんな罪があったのかと尋ねています。あなたはさっき罰当たりな北条家の坊主なら鬼隠しにあっても当然と言いました。鬼隠しにあっても当然などんな罪があったのかと聞いているのです。
Kimiyoshi didn't know what to say to the sudden question. He seemed dismayed.
聞かずともわかります。園崎お涼が決めたのです。お社様のたたりが及ぶのは北条の姓を持つすべての人間と決めたから。
待ってみおんちゃん、別にそういうことが決まってるわけ。
決めたわけではないのですか？
そうだよ。そんな北条家にはお社様のたたりがいずれ下る。そういう話をおぼろげにしたことはあっても、そんなにはっきりとしたことを言及したことは一度もないし、誰もしてないよ。
ではさっきあなたが口にしたという言葉は何を根拠に出たものなのですか？
ごめんよみおんちゃん。あれは言い過ぎたよ。
そういうことです。北条家なら何があってもたたり。 北条の名を冠していればどうなろうが知ったことではないという、そういう考えが蔓延していることが問題なのです。サトシ君に罪があろうがなかろうが、北条という姓があればそれで汚らわしい、そういう考えが蔓延していることが問題なのです。そしてあなたはその蔓延でいぶされた汚れた思考に汚染された迷信盲信、許せない、お前のような存在が許せない、お前のような奴がサトシ君たち一家を追い詰めてあんなにもすり減らして、サトシ君がかわいそう、本当にかわいそう。彼が何をしたの？何もしてない、何もやってない、ただ北条であっただけ。それにどんな罪が罰がたたりが呪いがどうして降りかからねばならなかったのか、一体サトシ君に何の罪があったというのか。
Holy shit, this VA is so goated. Jesus Christ. Oh, did she zap gun him? Kimiyoshi's upper body bent backwards and fell into the floor. That was that. Put my stun gun back in my pocket. She's like, blah.
ごめん、シオン。今、なんて言った？
ゆうべ、高野さんと富武さんが死んだんだそうです。
God. This fucking bitch.
高野さんは焼死体で、富武さんは自殺みたいな感じで、今朝知ったんです。お父さんが親類の人からの電話で話してるのを聞いて。
She literally just made Mion the villain in Keiichi and Rena's eyes. I thought Keiichi didn't know anything about what happened after the festival last
マ
night.
スコミに報道されないのは当然なんです。過去にそうだったから。
Keiichi insisted that unless he heard about it on the news, it couldn't be real. The investigation into the series of mysterious deaths are done in secret now. Of course, he didn't hear about it on the news.
村長とか、あと園崎家出身の金バッジが警察に思いっきり圧力をかけたんだって聞いてます。
じゃあつまり二人の死は秘密裏に処理されてしまったということか。
But also, Satoshi was innocent, so Shion isn't totally off? No, Shion has no proof that the Sonozakis actually did anything to Satoshi. If anything, the mayor just admitted that they didn't decide anything. So, like, there's a very good chance that Satoshi legit just ran away. Like, there is 100% chance still that Satoshi just decided, fuck this shit, and ran, and Shion is just batshit crazy. Right? There's also that person, that dog that exists, that works the underbelly of the Sonozakis, but we still don't know what that is or who that is.
そういうことです。もちろん警察は捜査をしてますよ。でも秘匿捜査ということなので、捜査活動にはかなりの制限が加えられているそうです。これは事実上の捜査妨害と言えるでしょうね。
It's the teacher, the curry demon.
信じられない。
Yeah, Mion says she doesn't know what happened to Satoshi, but there's a very good chance, like Mion said, that she isn't privy to everything, you know?
人が死んだのにそれが公にされずひそやかに処理さ
I
れるなん
still
て。
personally think Irie Sensei has a big part in this. It's just that Shion so far wrote him off as being like unlikely, but like I don't think so.
もっと噛み砕いて言うと、綿流しの夜に誰が死んでも公にはならないということです。
そんなバカな話があってたまるか。
ケイちゃん、
Shion's just rage baiting Keiichi, man.
私以前にお社様のたたりは村人が起こしてるかもしれないって言いましたよね。つまりそういうことなんです。このひなみ沢では毎年綿流しの夜にお社様のたたりということにして誰かを殺してもいい土壌がいつの間にか作り上げられているんです。
Yes, that's the truth about the series of mysterious death in Hinazawa, also known as Ore Shirosama's curse. On the day of Watanagashi, 2 people will be killed. The perpetrators are using the curse of Oya Shirosama as an excuse to kill one victim and make another disappear. That's why the curse of Oya Shirosama takes place. That's what happens in Hinamizawa, and that's what happens with the curse. What Kimiyoshi said is all true. Infecting everyone with the idea that the enemy from the dam conflict deserved to die was the root of all this. That was the system of vague commands used in the Sonozaki family created by its head, Oryu. One thing that must be mentioned about that command system is that the person giving the order and the one executing them didn't need to interact in any way. Though Oryu was the commander, she never gave actual orders. She only had to expect something to happen. Every single one of the family council members around the world would want to satisfy that expectation if given the chance. They didn't have to be positive, or didn't have to be proactive about satisfying it. They could be passive too. But when the chance arose, anyone who knew Oryu's intentions could potentially become the one to execute her orders. Therefore, Oryu would never know who actually executed her order, and none of the relatives knew it either. But they all knew things would conclude just as Oryu wanted, and they could assume it was one of their own who did it for her. This passive support system was thoroughly effective, and it spread all over the village. Its ties became even tighter after the dam conflict. Are you hearing that beep? It's in the game. Anyone could be the one to execute Oryu's orders. Therefore, everyone supported each other. If someone did something, then the others would try to satisfy Oryu's expectations in different ways. For example, they'd come up with false evidence or otherwise passively interfere with an investigation. Even if they didn't know exactly who they were protecting, they'd still work together to protect whoever it was. Yes, I had finally figured out how it all worked. Phrased in a more organized manner, it would go as follows. The system of killing two people who are unwanted by the village each year required 3 elements. The first element was a region of solidarity. It was created during the long and unique history of Hinamizawa. The villagers' bonds became even tighter during the dam conflict. That was one of the conditions for this place to have a curse. It was an element that was already in the region, not one that could be created. The next element was having the same moral standards. This was a very important element, as the curse wouldn't have happened without it. Also, this element was created by Oryu Sonozaki herself, and that was why she could claim that the system was established by her own will. Having the same moral standards means that everyone everywhere acknowledges the same enemy. Even when everyone in the village joined together, it would be meaningless if they all didn't know exactly who the enemy was. During the dam conflict, Oryu Sonozaki made the identity of the enemy very clear to everyone. They couldn't just say that they were against the dam construction and that the government was their enemy. That wasn't clear enough. The government didn't really pinpoint who the enemy was, but Oryu made the enemy out of the construction site itself and therefore its manager. She chose a target that the villagers could see with their own eyes. They were clear and easy to understand. The villagers acknowledged that everyone at the dam construction site was their enemy, and that construction site manager was the enemy commander. Using the same method, she labeled one after another as an enemy of the village, practically cataloging a list of enemies to print into the villagers' minds. Earlier, I had used the term infecting for this phenomenon. Those infected by this idea were the people unconsciously giving the orders to commit murder. When the infection spread across the village, when all of Hinamizawa's residents acknowledged the same enemy, that's when Hinamizawa itself became a murderer. Oryu combined those two elements, a solidary region and having the same moral standards, then selected the enemy and spread the notion throughout the village. The law would normally have punished both the one who committed the crime and the one who gave the order, but Oryu's system didn't require an order at all. Oryu just had to become concerned about the enemy she had pre-selected, but that alone wouldn't cause the curse to take place. Oryu's concern was like a safety device, and even when the safety device was off, the curse wouldn't occur unless there was a finger to pull the trigger. The last necessary element was to set a date for execution. The night of Watanagashi, the night to venerate Oeshiro-sama, the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. On that night, the curse of Oeshiro-sama falls upon 2 enemies of the village, and they disappear. And everyone in the village acknowledged that as fact. In other words, if the same incident took place on any of the other 364 nights of the year, it would be nothing other than a murder case. But if it happened on the night of Watanagashi, then it would transform into the curse of Oeshiro-sama. The idea that villagers are allowed to kill their enemies on the night of Watanagashi had infected them. The villages were the cells of this huge creature called Hinamizawa, and each cell would be taught who the enemy was. The set date was basically a green light for whoever was in the best position to kill the enemy. That was the truth of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Therefore, the one who actually killed Satoshi-kun isn't my enemy. The one who set up this murderous system, and the one who named Satoshi-kun's family as the enemy is my enemy. To use a broader definition, Hinamizawa itself and the very system of Oyashiro-sama's curse is my enemy. I already killed the hag, the one who designed the system. Kimiyoshi, the one whose job it was to infect the villages with the system, was already in my hands. I just had to find out who else was involved and how much. It was like pulling a weed while being very careful not to break its roots. I announced that Keiichi Marabaro was one of the people who snuck into the shrine storage. I was certain that fact had already spread throughout the underside of the village. In other words, Keiichi Marabaro was an object of the curse of Oyashiro-sama now. Takano-san and Tomitaka-san were found dead, having been killed in a gruesome ways. That was the curse of Oyashiro-sama. In that case, they could demon away 2 more people as sacrifices to calm the anger of Oyashiro-sama. The set date for the curse was already over, but just like what happened to Satoshi-kun, demoning away was allowed a little extra time. Something would happen to Keiichi Marabaro within a few days. I'd wait patiently, careful to not let my enemies simply take Keiichi Marabaro on my bait. Keiichi had been yelling on the other end of the phone for some time. He kept yelling that he didn't want to go into the ritual storehouse to begin with. He claimed he was simply invited by Takano-san and me. He shouldn't be in danger because of that, he said. He was feeling a sense of crisis and tension. This was going to work. The livelier the debate, the easier it is to spot. Shut up, I've heard enough of your pitiful tears. I hung up the phone. There was no point in talking to him when he got like that. Besides, I'd already achieved my goal, which was to make him realize the danger awaiting him. I took a deep breath, then called the house of the village chief.
Hey, Kimiyoshi desu.
園崎です。どうです？村長さんは見つかりましたか？
ああ、ミオンちゃんか。片っ端から電話をかけてみたけど、ダメだよ。見つからないんだ。参ったな。どこで油を売ってるのかな。
こっちでも心当たりにいろいろと問い合わせましたけど、全然。バッチャにも相談したんですが、青年団を招集して探し回った方がいいだろうということです。
こんな時間にかい？それに別に行方不明になったと決まったわけでもないし。
綿流しの直後ですから、少し慎重に扱った方がいいとのことです。それでも見つからないなら、明朝警察に通報しましょう。見つかる見つからないは別にして、痛くない腹を探られない方がいいでしょうから。
お嬢さんがそう言ったのかい？
はい。直接声を聞かないと信用できないなら、電話先に出させますよ。
いえ、わかりました。青年団を集めて探しましょう。それで見つからなければ、翌朝に警察に通報します。
青年団の連絡もよろしくお願いしますね。私もバッチャの代行ということでそちらに参ります。
ありがとう。すぐにみんなを集めます。
ええ。では。
The youth group had gathered at the foot of the shrine. They were going to try to find the mayor. I also had to go in the absence of the hag. Just to be mean, I stopped by the underground's torture room to let the mayor know that I was headed to the Furude shrine to search for him. Incidentally, according to the tab on the keychain, this underground torture room was actually called the underground storehouse for ritual implements. This was the man who was yelling at that whoever trespasses on ritual storehouse should be killed. Although it was an underground ritual storehouse, he was there now, atoning for what he had done. It was pretty ironic. Maybe I was the only one who felt that way, though.
君吉のおじいちゃん、お具合はいかがですか？
Clink. Kimiyoshi didn't say a word, but he made a noise with the chain.
今ね、村中でおじいちゃんの姿が見えなくなったって大騒ぎしてますよ。おじいちゃんの家から相談が来たので、青年団を招集して捜索を行うことにしました。これから行ってくるところです。
Was this mean or what? Kimiyoshi could only make noise with the chain. He couldn't even express any emotion other than anguish.
鎖、少し長くしてあげましょうか。私の質問にちゃんと答えてくれるたびに、そうですね。あと3個も長くなれば、だいぶ楽になると思うんですけどね。
Kimiyoshi's hands were tied behind his back with a tight wire. He was wearing a leather collar with a chain which was strapped tightly around his neck too. The collar's chain was on a pulley attached to the ceiling with the chain pulling him up toward it. The chain was very short and pulled very tight. Kimiyoshi had to stand on tippy toes to be able to breathe. He had been like that for almost an hour already. He was already exhausted. If I left him overnight, he'd probably end up hanging himself.
さっきは知らないと言われましたけど、もう一回尋ねます。
Oh god, bro. I'm telling you she's doing all this, and I bet you nobody fucking knows what happened to Sasuke.
北条聡君について知っていることを教えてください。ああ、ごめんなさい。喋りたくても喋れません？じゃあ、私とおしゃべりの間だけ、ちょっと緩めましょう。
I turned a pulley just a little to loosen the chain that was pulling on Kimiyoshi's neck. Kimiyoshi's heels finally touched the ground, relieving the pressure on his muscles.
知らないんだよ、シオンちゃん。本当に知らないんだ。
サトシ君が生きてるのか死んでるのか。
おじいちゃんは本当に何も知らないんだよ。
ま、ひなみ沢のたたりのシステムは、そういう部分で機密性を保持していますからね。
Or Shion just fucking created that in her head, own headcanon.
おじいちゃんが知らないというのもありえなくはないことです。なら聞き方を変えます。サトシ君がどうなってるのか、君吉家当主の立場でご意見を伺いたいです。サトシ君は生きてる？死んでる？
Kimiyoshi didn't know what to say. If he'd said he didn't know, I'd tighten the chain and leave the room. That would be like a death sentence for him. But all I had said was that I wanted him to speak as the head of the Kimiyoshi family. I didn't ask him to tell the truth, but he didn't know what to say to avoid souring my mood and to get me to loosen the chains around him. He was obviously trying to figure out how to make me extend the chain.
生きてるんじゃないかって噂を聞いたことがある。
あ、新幹線で東京にってやつですね。
警察が東京で姿を見たというようなのを聞いた覚えが。
Oishi had told me that Satoshi-kun had been witnessed getting on a bullet train headed to Tokyo at Nagoya Station, but the police didn't know if that really happened or what became of Satoshi-kun after that. Therefore, this was simply a random assertion of Kimiyoshi's.
ねえ、君吉家の当主様、呪われた一族、北条家の人間をわざわざ失踪なんていう凝った消し方をしていて、わざわざ生かしておくのにどんな理由があるんです？ないんじゃないですか？それに、その東京で警察が見たという情報ソースを教えてください。私は大石と一時期連絡を密にしていましたが、おじいちゃん、私の機嫌を取ろうとしていい加減なことを言ったなら、かえって怒っちゃいますよ。
I reached for the pulley controlling the chains around Kimiyoshi, and that act alone sent him panicking as he feared them tightening once more.
ごめんよ。別にシオンちゃんを怒らせようなんてつもりはないんだよ。
私、ご機嫌取りの話なら聞きたくないんで、君吉のおじいちゃんにサトシ君のことを調べる協力をお願いしてるだけなんです。
Why don't you go to Tokyo then, Shion?
わかってる。ちゃんと真面目に考えるから。
I took my hand off the pulley. Seeing that, Kimiyoshi began making a loud groaning noise to try and show he was thinking hard.
ズバリ、生きていると思いますか？死んでいると思いますか？
生きてると考えるのは難しいんじゃないかと思う。
ですよね。生かしておくことで伴う膨大なリスクを負う意味ないですもんね。私だって同感ですし。
I really didn't mean anything too deep by it, but what I said truly scared Kimiyoshi.
警察は、おば殺しの犯人がサトシ君で、サトコの誕生日プレゼントを買うために貯めてた貯金で逃亡したと、そう考えてました。この辺、どう思います？
でも、その犯人は確か麻薬中毒の危ないやつだと聞いたよ。
あれ、どう思います？私は私がこう言うのも変だけど、サトシ君がおば殺しの犯人だって信じてるんですよ。あいつは例えばばあさんあたりに買収されて仕立て上げられた身代わりじゃないかと思うんですけど。
それはおじいちゃんも思ってたよ。突然ひょっこりと真犯人でしたなんて言われて腑に落ちなかった。
やっぱり身代わり？
多分そうじゃないかと思うよ。
何のためにだと思います？
警察はサトシ君が犯人だと思って捜査を進めてたんだよね。サトシ君を鬼隠しということで失踪させておきたいと思うなら、警察の捜査がいつまでも続くのは面白くなかったんじゃないかな。
What Kimiyoshi just said is very interesting. He's perfectly correct. If the police continued their investigation, it would complicate things for whoever demoned away Satoshi-kun. Therefore, the hack came up with a decoy in order to bring an end to the
でも
investigation.
そんな犯人のでっち上げなんてそうそう簡単にできることじゃないですよ。
お嬢さん以外にはできないよ。そんなことは。
ばあさんが裏の世界で相当の力を持ってるというのはそんなにもあったんですね。
シオンちゃんだっていろいろとダム戦争の頃から噂は聞いてるだろうし、中には実際に直接聞いたものもあるんじゃないかい？
During the dam protests, I actually saw them issuing orders to my relatives, like destroy their heavy machinery or can we set up a checkpoint to blockade their construction vehicles. They set free their comrades from the police by coming up with alibis, destroying or forging evidence. I had seen relatives do those things, as well as the hag calling in counselors to the house to protest. As a child, I was pretty impressed, but when I thought back, it was more than that. She was truly the mastermind who controlled the underside of the world.
シオンちゃんだって建設省の幹部の息子、あれの誘拐事件の話は知ってるだろ
う。あれってやっぱ誘拐だったんですか？孫が鬼隠しになって高津戸だか矢河内だかの山奥で見つかったって話は知ってたんですけどね。
あれはお嬢さんの指図によるものだよ。ダム工事の中止の約束が取り付けられたんで、孫を釈放したっていうのは、おじいちゃんたち旧同盟の幹部ならみんな知ってる。
身近にいすぎて私がよく分かってなかっただけで、やっぱりばあさんとか御三家とか旧同盟って大したもんだったんですね。怖い怖い。
Kimiyoshi finally realized the situation he was in and he was answering my questions. That made me happy, but the more Kimiyoshi told me the truth, the more I realized Satoshi-kun really was dead. That made me very sad.
サトシ君を鬼隠しにした実行犯は誰だと思います？
わからないよ。それに誰が実際にやったかは問わないのが不分律だったから。
He was right. That was how the system worked. And so that was a bad question.
誰がやったにせよ、大したものですよね。だって人を殺して死体も出てこないなんて結構簡単なことじゃないんじゃないですか？
誰が殺したかは別にして、例えば死体の処理をお嬢さんが手伝ったという可能性は考えられるよ。今いるここの奥に死体を捨てるための井戸があることは知ってるだろ？
ああ、確かに。どこかの山中に埋めるくらいなら、ここの井戸に捨てる方が絶対に安全ですもんね。
Whoever disappears becomes a sacrifice to calm the anger of Oyashiro-sama. That was a rule of this game. Therefore, the bodies must never be discovered. That's why the bodies had to be dumped somewhere nobody could find them. It's very possible that the well was used for that. Then Satoshi-kun is at the bottom of that well? I grabbed the flashlight and headed to the huge cave with all the cells. As I turned on the lights in the cave, Mio noticed me and gave me a worried look. I ignored her and headed to the cell in the back. I was still very impressed by how the well was hidden. It was almost artistic. I shone the flashlight at the bottom of the well. I had no way of knowing how deep the well was. The light of the flashlight wasn't strong enough to reach the bottom. I inhaled, then screamed into the well.
Satoshi-kun.
Oh, she's fucking crazy.
Satoshi-kun!
Satoshi-kun's name echoed again and again. It was obviously a very deep well. Thought of climbing down using the wedges on the wall, but with the flashlight hanging from my neck, I couldn't light my footing properly. And even if there were enough lighting, I didn't even know if the wedges were sturdy enough. It would be like committing suicide. Is that... That's when I felt it. A warm hand rubbed my head, for sure. Shion, you finally found me. Oh god, she's batshit crazy. I've been looking for you for so long. I'm sorry I couldn't find you while you were still alive. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Shion. There was nothing you could have done before I was killed, but you did everything you could do after I was dead. Satoshi-kun, I want to join you. I'm coming right now. I'm going to jump, so please catch me. Satoshi-kun smiled bitterly. I was saddened to see him reject me. Shion, I'm happy that you found me, but you're alive, Shion. It's so important to be alive, you can't waste it. If you aren't here, I don't want to live. I want to be with you, Satoshi-kun. I want to be close to you. I want you to rub my head again. I want to spend time with you. I'll be a good girl. I want to be with you. Live. Do I have to? Live and enjoy your life, okay? What's so fun about living alone? You'll find out, so long as you're alive.
生きるよ。生きる。
The eerie well now felt warm. I wasn't allowed to go down to the bottom, but the edge of this well was a place where you and I could meet. This psycho bitch, bro.
ミオン、サトシ君、見つけた。井戸の底なんだね。そうだと、そこしかないもん。
ミオン started to
ミオン
sob.
はサトシ君が殺されるところには居合わせなかったんだよね。うん。もし居合わせたらサトシ君を許してもらえるようばあさんに意見してくれたかな。絶対にする。せめて命だけはって。嘘だ。え？嘘だー
On that day a year ago, I just recalled how cruel Mion was then when she forced me to rip out my nails acting in her role as the successor. Even if she was there when Satoshi-kun was killed, she wouldn't have stopped being the successor. Satoshi-kun was brought to the torture room. When he saw Mion, I'm sure he thought she would save him. Even as he heard the family head read out his death sentence, I'm sure he looked at Mion and believed that she would save him. He believed Mion was acting that way only because she was with her relatives. He believed she would help him, but she didn't do anything. He was strapped to a restraining device, yet she still wouldn't do anything. Mion was cruel. Mion? Isn't it about time to help me? Ha 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 ha. Haha, I see, I get it. You're with the rest of the family members, so you can't show even a hint of compassion. Ah ha 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 ha, that sucks.
助けろなんで助けないの。サトシ君の助けを懇願する眼差しを見てどうして心を動かされなかったの。
She's got insane headcanon issues.
あんたはサトシ君が意地悪オーバーのせいで追い詰められていた時から何も救いを差し伸べなかった。あんたは同情する素振りを見せるだけで助けなかった。見殺した。あんたがサトシ君を助けなかったから追い詰められたんだ。
Bro, please. I want Mion to somehow break out and kill this bitch. Oh my god. Shion's so fucking... someone needs to fucking ego check Shion ASAP. This bitch is so annoying.
私は救おうと頑張ったよ。彼の心の支えになろうと頑張った。
He never loved you, you psycho bitch.
あんたらがサトシ君のおば殺しをかばわなくても。
Does she realize he head patted everybody? Like, he literally never liked her. Like, Jesus Christ.
私は彼のアリバイのために自らを投げ打って戦った。その結果が爪3枚なんて安いもんでしょ。でもね、それだけの努力じゃサトシ君を救うには全然足りなかった。届かなかった。どうしてか。だって私はシオンだったんだもん。シオンはひなみ沢から遠ざけられていて、何からも戸ざまで何も教えられなくて知れなくて。でもあんたは違う。あんたはミオンだった。あんたはひなみ沢のうちにいて、すべての中心で全てを教えられて全てを知ることができた。私があんただったらきっとサトシ君を救えた。私なら救ってあげられた。あんたがミオンになったからだ。
Are we sure this is the same continuity as Chapter 2? I just realized another thing. Didn't, when we played Chapter 2 in Keiichi's POV, didn't Rena not know who Shion was? And said she never knew that she had a twin? Yeah, Rena never knew, but after the whole Satoshi incident, Shion's existence became public. That's how Takano knew who she was. That's how Tomitake knew who she was. So like Rena and the other kids should have known who Shion was by that point, no? She says she doesn't really know her.
返してミオン。もともとミオンはあんただけのもんじゃない。私のものでもあったはず。それにもともとミオンは私のじゃない。私があんたに貸してあげるようになっただけで、本当は私のだったじゃない。
Okay, there's no way this is how they do the Mion-Shion swap. And Mion just pretends to be Shion for the rest of the story. That would be so absurdly dumb.
返せ！私のミオンを返せ！お前がミオンの外見をしているだけでもブスズが走る。お前じゃなく私がミオンだったら、だったら
I kick the bars, I kick them again and again, and they break, and Mion fucking headlocks Shion, knocks her out, puts her into the next cell, and yep. Mion curled up fearfully in the back of the cell. Oh my god, minus 1 million aura Mion. Jesus Christ, it's over. As if she were trying to prevent the bars from crashing down onto her. Mion soy, bro. It's over. This is your go. Fuck's sakes. Trying your own noose. Tying your own noose. Tying your own noose. How was anything she just did tying her own noose? After that, I joined a youth group in the search for Kimiyoshi. I went down the town council's phone directory and called to see if he had visited. Then had the group split according to the circular notice divisions and sent them to search the town. Everybody seemed to be assuming they wouldn't find him, but since I knew they definitely never would, it was just bothersome to me. Even after midnight, they were all still enthusiastically looking for him. I bore the sleepiness while yawning. Then I heard somebody whisper, "Last year we did the same thing when Satoshi Hojo went missing. The youth group was looking for someone who would never be found, just like last year." I was yawning because I knew this. Last year there must also have been some people who were yawning and grinning on the inside.
去年の捜索って何時に終わりましたっけ？
あ？北条んとこのサトシん時かい？あれは何時だったっけ？
午前の0時過ぎくらいには解散したような気がするな。
It was already 2 in the morning. Although they spent this much time searching for Kimiyoshi, they didn't do the same when Satoshi-kun went missing. After all, some people knew they wouldn't find him. They must have been sleepy. They must have said they would leave it to the police. Shit, I want to kill the people who said that. So you wanted Mion to be the sociopath? I want Mion to not be a soy, alright? I wanted Mion to be the... well, boys. That's our chapter for today. One more, please. We're 8 hours in, motherfuckers. No siree. We are not doing another one. Alright. That's it for us today. We'll pick back up tomorrow. Chat, remember, tomorrow is probably the last full stream before we head to an early stream on Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday are going to be IRL / like spontaneous streams. I'll basically ping the Discord whenever I will go live. So we'll be at KCON, which is this Korean festival that's going to be at the same venue as Anime Expo. Lily is having a meet and greet and stuff as well there, so it'll be very cool. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out as always. Good night, everybody.